Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Um, so that's
Yeah.
so that's good. Um, oh yeah, welcome back to the Queer Gossip podcast.
Oh
In
yeah.
tonight's episode,
God,
we
I
will be talking to Sophie, who is currently facing a vile transphobic abuse from transphobes, including Graham Linehan. So we're going to talk to her about that.
who the who the fuck is surprised that he's a fucking cunt again?
Yeah, I'm not surprised
Jesus
by it
Christ.
either.
Uh,
Um, so
I
yeah, she'll
don't know.
be on in about 20 minutes
Yeah.
or so. So that'll be a fun discussion. Um, so yeah, how's your day been?
Um. Yeah, it's been like weird. I think it's been good, like most of the time. Most part. For the most part, it's been good. Jesus fucking Christ. For the most part, it's been good. But like at the end, like I had connectivity issues, and then I like wanted to kill myself because of my eyebrows. So right now, I look worse than I think I've ever done on a podcast. But whatever. Who cares? Uh, I I had an idea that didn't come to fruition, but I was going to be the transphobes' worst nightmare by like having shitty makeup and dressing in a sailor suit. So I guess I win there. That was like the joke. That was my joke. I was going to be Sailor Maxery, and I'm going to change my name for it. I was just angry at myself because I was late. I'm not like I was really punctual once upon a time, and like my boyfriend doesn't know it because I've been late for our entire relationship. Because when I had my stroke, like my concept of time kind of fucked off. So at times I have time displacements and stuff. But yeah, uh, it's been a good day. Other than that, like other than like at the end. But I hate being late, and I kind of constantly am nowadays.
Yeah, me, me and timekeeping, we're not best friends. Sometimes I'm early, sometimes I'm not. It's just
Yeah,
the luck of the draw, so to speak, whether or not I'm
yeah,
going to be early or not. You
yeah.
know.
You can have to. Yeah.
But I was reading
Look
an
this.
interesting book over the weekend.
Oh,
Um,
which one?
I bought um Ollie London's book because I did a tweet
Oh,
a few weeks back saying,
that's fun.
or post saying, should I um review Ollie London's book?
Oh, I think I
And
answered that one.
yeah, and so I thought,
I think I said yes.
yeah. Um,
Uh,
so I bought it and I read the whole thing. It's over 300 pages long. Um, and as expected, I weren't that surprised, but I just wanted to see what kind of shit he was saying.
yeah, it
Um,
really does seem like fucking god awful.
yeah, it was. Um,
Was he a good writer at least? Like, did he like you? Was he? Did he have an interesting language or anything? I gotta read that shit. Fuck me,
well,
why did it?
here's the thing, and this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think he wrote it
Oh,
personally. I think he had a ghostwriter.
yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's true.
So
He um like I get kind of pissy about that shit. Like,
yeah,
sorry. Uh, Not about ghostwriters. Ghostwriters are fine. Like if you're open about it, then fine. Like you want to tell your story, you want someone to be actually competent to write it. Why
Yeah,
is this so fucking weird? I have never worn a sailor suit before in my life. I do not know how this works. Um,
but it's written. But
which,
it's
as you can,
written. Yeah, but it's written in a way as if he actually wrote it himself. But
yeah, that's fucked.
it's like, no, like, come on, seriously, are you seriously telling me that you spent 6 months writing that book yourself? I don't think he did, because as we all
Oh,
know, he's a grifter.
yeah, that's the problem. Like,
So you know,
that really is the problem. Why did my makeup look
but
so fucking spongy? It's not. But yeah, it's
I,
he's
yeah,
he's fucking incompetent though. So I'm not surprised
yeah.
if he didn't write it. If it turns out.
But I would like to at some point, probably in the summer, um, review it
Yeah.
at some point.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's what
I
I
want
was
to bring
thinking.
back the. I want to bring back the culture corner that I did, like with that fucking book, Invisible Monsters. Jesus Christ, it's one of my favorite books of all
Oh
time.
yeah,
I completely forgot the title. Yeah, fuck it. I'm always on board for like reading stuff. I'm currently reading a book for like my book club, and like my book club is just me and my friend we're both into writing and like reading, and we just find the worst piece of garbage bullshit that we can, and then we just read it and we break down everything that is wrong about it for like 6 hours, um, which would be really like unhealthy to do. Because we have some friends who have said like we should start a podcast about it, but that would be really fucking unhealthy. We don't want to bring that out there. But like between me and her, it's like the fucking best.
yeah,
So we're currently reading this Swedish bullshit book, which actually
yeah,
has her in it, which is fucking weird.
yeah. It's like, oh, piss off. Um,
I just need to go grab my fucking coke.
yeah, that's fine.
Was Jesus Christ. Also, also I had like the weirdest fucking experience of my life this weekend. Like this is going to be extremely. I'm sorry, this is going to be graphic. Um, warning: graphic content. Max is going to talk about porn. But I like. I shot some test footage because I'm usually like, okay, something that nobody asks to know about me. I'm usually like incredibly fucking dominant. Like it's like sexually, like I'm fucking insanely dominant and like fucking weird, perverse. But like I look really fucking good as like porn star, like as a whore. I look fucking fantastic, and my boyfriend can get me into like the sort of subspace somehow. But so I filmed myself this weekend, like when I shot some solo stuff, and then me and boyfriend like fucked, and while we were watching it, and I was definitely just completely thinking about myself. So I've reached like new levels of narcissism personally, which is like I was jealous of him. I was mad at him that he gets to fuck me, which is no healthy. Like I am clinically fucking insane when it comes to this shit. I do not know what's going on. Like, but I like myself, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah, there's
I'm
nothing
going to
wrong
be
with
like
that.
chugging from a 2 liter Coke bottle because I don't have a fucking glass ready.
Yeah,
I'm living in filth this week. Last week I was so fucking pretty. Jesus Christ, I was hot. Like this is when the binge has ended. That was the beginning of the binge. This is the end of the binge.
yeah,
Kind of
yeah,
actually kind of fucking true actually.
yeah. This is the
Oh yeah, that motherfucker. Like if I looked like that, I wouldn't put my face on a cover. I actually wouldn't
yeah,
put my face on a cover either. On my book, I'm, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm going to like self-publish a book in Sweden like this summer. Yeah, it's self-publishing because everyone who wanted it wanted to change things about it, like the surprise necrophilia at the end, and I refused. Um, but but I actually put like a nude photo of my ex on the cover, and that's not revenge porn. I asked her about it and stuff, and I removed the nipples. But people have asked like, "Who's that?" And it's like, "Oh no, that's my best friend and my
Yeah,
ex-girlfriend." It's just like actually a nude photo that she sent to me once, and I kind of edited it to make it look fucked, which was fun.
yeah,
So I wouldn't put myself on a cover. I would put people I know, I
yeah.
guess.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, we'll get to it when we do the review. Um, and so on, probably like
Yeah.
I said in the summer. But and I literally this arrived Saturday, and from Saturday until Sunday, I read the entire thing.
Oh
And that's not me saying it's because it was that good. No, it's not good. It's full of it's full of bullshit, to be honest.
no, like something can be so fascinating that you kind of can't stop. Like there's nothing like a good train wreck. I read the book Hush Hush back in the days, with like this Twilight riff-off, but with Fallen Angels, and I fucking I fucking swallowed that shit. Uh, full. And it's the one of the worst books I've ever read in my entire fucking life.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like, I
like
get it.
it's like it has a chapter on gender ideology versus parental rights. He has a chapter on gender affirming care.
Such
One of the
fucking
chapters is like 1 page long. Some of the chapters are like maybe 5 to 7 pages long.
oh,
It's
it's
like
grown.
okay. I mean, we all know he's a grifter. So
Yeah.
I mean, listen, fair dues. If people are willing to buy his shit, then more for them. But
Yeah. But like, what is yeah, we'll get into it when we get into it.
yeah,
I desperately want to know what that motherfucker has to say about anything. He's so useless.
yeah.
Oh god.
There's a chapter in there where he briefly discusses his transition or not
Oh
transition.
yeah. That's what he pretends he was.
Yeah,
God damn it! I actually like had a brain freeze. What
right.
the?
But
Um.
we'll more than likely dissect it when we get around to it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Um.
that's what I've been reading.
Yeah.
Um,
I've actually shit. I've actually been reading something. I've been reading like this. Um. This is going to be completely fucked. So there's this author named Gabrielle Witkop. Have you heard of her?
no,
She's a transgressive author. She describes herself as a as a true misogynist. She was married to a gay man, and she like her Marquis de Sade was her idol, and she wrote her debut novel when she was like 50, and that was this book called it's in French, but the like English translation is The Necrophiliac, and which is actually honestly one of my favorite books of all time because it is written so fucking beautifully. Like her language is, oh god, her prose is some of the most beautiful ever, and you can truly like you can get what she's you get what she's like. You start to kind of relate to this because it's written as a journal about a necrophiliac. It's written as a diary, the diary of a necrophiliac, and about his like adventures and stuff. And it's what's weird is the prose is so beautiful that you kind of start to understand him, which I think leads to something interesting. But I read that like years ago, and it's absolutely fucking fantastic. However, I'm now reading her follow-up novel. She's dead since many years. This was like back in the early 2000s. She released these books. I'm reading the next one, which is like the English translation would be The Merchant of Infants, I think, or The Merchant of Children, which is about the child bordello, and I kind of want to kill myself when I read that one. Like, I guess fucking corpses to me is just more. It's just less awful.
Yeah.
Which it is. Like, it is. Like, less living people are being hurt when you fuck a corpse.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm not saying go dig up a grave. Like, chill
Okay.
out. Please don't. Yeah, like please. I'm good. Official statement of like the queer gossip. Please don't fuck corpses. Don't dig up graves and fuck corpses. That's our official stance, I would say.
Please don't.
I think, I don't know. but yeah, I've been reading that one, and I'm also reading the Swedish book, which would be titled The Boy, which is about this girl who's in this woman she's studying at like university, and she sees this girl with short hair, and she just decides like he's the boy, and then they start fucking, and it's just this weird BDSM fucking thing. But that's interesting because the main character and like the narrator is such an awful piece of shit, which like isn't usual when it comes to that kind of shit here. Like she is shit. Like she's shit to like the girl who she just decides is a boy, and that one is actually really fucking funny. Like it's fucking dark and it's really funny, and she's such a piece of shit. So that's kind of like I like it when they take that, like it's not negative about like BDSM and stuff, but it is about a piece of shit within the sphere, and it's kind of just her narrating, so we don't get any like theories about it. It's just it's just being stuck in the mind of an absolute shit person,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite type of novel. Weirdly enough, like American Psycho and shit. So
Yeah.
that's
I was reading what was I reading? I read Gender Euphoria.
yeah. How was that?
It's by a trans author. Let me pull up a name.
I have heard of that one. I think I'm really shit at like this type of
Gender. It's a book by Laura Kate Dale. Gender Euphoria: Stories of Joy from Trans, Non-Binary, and Intersex Writers.
Cool.
So I've read that, and it's just all about giving voices to those minorities.
And that's really good. Probably not my bag, but that's really it's good that they get voices. Like that's the thing. Like I love the fact that a lot of these books exist and a lot of these authors exist and stuff. Like I really don't want to read them because I have a specific taste in like and I'm such a I have such like so little time to read books nowadays because I'm a teacher. Like as a teacher, when I quit this job, I'm going to not be a teacher for a few years. I'm going to like be, I don't know, work as a bartender or something, because I desperately fucking need to make literature my interest again instead of my fucking job.
Yeah. Right. Sophie's here, so we'll bring her on.
Oh, great.
Hello. Hello. Hi there. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And lovely.
Hi.
And
Yeah, we can hear you.
oh, lovely. Nice to see you both. So who am
I
I
see you
talking
too.
to? Huh.
Sorry?
Who? Oh, so Sailor, and is it Torrin? Is that how I say your name?
Yeah.
Ah, super, got in one.
Mine is Max. Actually, I've been switching up I've used different screen names every time because I'm a fucking I can't be just a normal person for 5 seconds.
Oh,
So that's but it's Max.
I don't know the meaning of the word normal.
Who
Yeah.
the fuck
I
does?
don't think any of us does.
No.
But yeah. Right. Well, I suppose we should get down to it then. So
Yeah, straight to the action.
yeah. So recently, you've been at the forefront of some, how shall we say, transphobic abuse.
Oh, yes, yes. A lot of abuse from some very colourful characters. So, would you like to know how this all started?
Yeah.
Apart-
Obviously, only go
Yeah.
into as much detail as you want to.
hmm,
You know.
I got
Yeah.
the
So
Irish, sweet Scottish lass.
Andrew, yeah.
Yeah,
I grew up on that stuff as a kid.
I
great.
still haven't drunk it.
Oh, it's like a drug. It's
It's a
like a
bit
drug.
of an acquired taste.
It
Yeah,
is.
I've heard so.
It is.
I am in Scotland often. Like they don't have them in many places here in Sweden. So, but
Oh,
like I'm in Scotland often. So, often like
Yeah.
my
once or
Canadian
twice a year.
Canadian partner, one of my partners is from Canada, and they're not sure about it. But I think it's great. I grew up on it though, so I think I've acquired the
Yeah.
taste.
Oh, so
So
it's Stockholm syndrome.
yeah. Oh, Stockholm syndrome. Oh, geez, been stuck in the house too much. That's the thing. I'll end up falling for the terfs.
Oh
No.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh gosh, no. Bleach
What's
my
a
eyes. Uh,
horrible.
But no, it started because of the whole scandal with Helen Joyce. You know the one, the fanfic on the
Yeah.
train, and and of course me being the sort of firebrand, hell and brimstone kind of activist I am. I started trying to get some movement going to out her and to try and ridicule her, which is what they do to us. So I thought it's payback time. And but that backfired horribly, drastically. Well, actually, it worked at first, but I was trying to do it alongside a petition, um, and of course, they latched on. They all piled onto this petition. All the terfs, pretty much every terf out there in the UK and the world, just piled on this petition and started screaming every kind of a manner of abuse at me. And then, of course, they started trolling. Must have been trolling through my Twitter page, my Facebook page, and they were just like screen capturing all these photos that I'd taken from different times, different places. And then, of course, one of them, Glinner, posts them, and that's it. It's just like once he posts these spicy pictures of me, they all started just going crazy nuts. And before long, my inbox, my DMs, my feed, everything was just like collapsing under this weight of. I think I must have got called a groomer about something about 50 times, 50 to 100 times in an hour. I think that's a new record.
Yeah, that's
and,
fine.
and of course, it's just like they just kept piling in, piling in, and piling in. And then, of course, they started passing my picture around. And then Wings over Scotland got it. Then Kavakagi got it. All these big known terfs. And then I think it's Sarah Fillmore. I don't know how you say her name. Some barrister lady. She started having a go at me as well, saying I was attacking her. I wasn't. She was attacking me. And then we had this back and forth. And that was interesting. And of course, that led to more abuse. And now my whole polycule has been doxxed by Kavakagi and Wings. And I'm pretty sure a few of the sock puppets of Glinner are still slipping into my DMs. So I think he really likes me, that guy. I don't. He's got a
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Glenn.
the thing about Gunnar And believe me, Sophie, me and Max, we've had quite a few episodes where we've spoken about Glinner and his.
He had my fucking account removed over a Hello Kitty meme.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the thing about Glinner is he should really be careful because there's a lot of people who are gunning for him.
Oh, I mean, I can't imagine there's anyone who's in any way progressive or nice person is not gunning for him right now.
Exactly.
I'm a bad person. I'm gunning for him.
Actually, too. According to the internet, I'm the second coming of Satan. Not Jesus, but Satan.
Yeah, well, you know, gotta have your thing.
I'm quite happy.
I think the second coming of Satan would be sexier.
Much sexier. I mean, I've had too much Jesus. Right? I had them round my door the other day, and I was like, no, I stopped being saved a long time ago.
They don't.
They
never come. They never come to me anymore. I invited them in to discuss. I thought it was fun. They didn't.
It's like I mean,
need a wee chat.
I mean, what's happening to you is atrocious, and regardless of what gender you are, what sex you are, whether you're a trans woman or not, when Glinner and transphobes pile on, but they don't care. They've accused singers like Pink of being a man because she has abs.
Oh my god!
That's how unhinged these people are. They think women can't have abs.
Oh yeah, but there's no sexist motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah. Misogyny. It's like full misogyny. Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's icky. It's horrible.
It's not even with extra steps anymore. But they thought he's brain dead. He's fucking brain. I'm sorry, he is. Which is like I don't know if it's the altitude that he's on because he's like a fucking mountain. I'm not just. Can we just? It's not that he's like a big fat guy. He's just huge. He's just a giant. He looks like he belongs in a fantasy fucking epic, but under a bridge. But
he's so intense. He's like the king of trolls or something, isn't he?
Yeah. But like he got really pissy because, and I'm not going to make this. I'm going to try to. Hi, I'm a high functioning narcissist. I'm going to try to not make this all about me, like I do every fucking time. But I posted like it's Hello Kitty next to a guillotine, and I said it was about someone getting removed from the Twitter, and I just said, "Good, all you fuckers should go the way of the French royals." He said it was a threat.
Oh God!
And like, no, it's not a threat; it's a wish. Yes. I say should. I'm not saying I'm going to put you in a guillotine. The guillotine doesn't fucking work, by the way, if you actually look at the picture. But he said it was a threat, and then they like dogpiled me, and I had my account removed, and it was really fucking funny. And I kind of see after that, until I started this with Torin, I kind of like forgot Glinner existed because I kind of saw that as a win.
Oh,
so he completely like.
It's like. For someone who's meant to be who was a comedy writer, he has so little sense of humor now.
Oh yeah.
I brought that up. It was either the last podcast we did or the one before that. He's got no sense of humor.
Yeah. I think it was the last one.
And for an Irishman, and not that all Irishmen or Scotch people have a good sense of humor, but it's a well-known thing that 9 times out of 10. You tend to have a good sense of humor.
I can take that.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. Relentless
I've-
abuse. It's just, come on.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of like living in Sweden, like to live in Ireland and Scotland? Because here we kind of have to have a good sense of humor, otherwise we would all get suicidal ideation from the dark and cold
Yeah.
and wet.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So it's
I
kind of
mean,
like,
I-
we have
yeah.
to joke about everything being shit.
Oh yeah,
But-
the weather's the biggest joke here.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I must have, not that he probably gives a fuck about me, not that I give a fuck, but I directly tweeted him twice saying, "Why don't you come on the podcast?
I would flop up.
Have a discussion."
Oh,
That
He
would be-
ignored it.
I would love to see that. I would love that. I mean,
I would.
he would just get completely off rails. He would just go off on one,
Yeah.
and off.
Oh, yeah, but I would.
I know.
He brings out the worst in me.
Oh, he's so like. I mean, that tweet he made about me. I mean, I can't stop thinking about it now. I mean, I'm a risky girl, but I mean, cars up my arse. I mean, I've got better things I could put up there. But
Yeah,
that was his goal. That
wait,
was
what did he write? Did you say?
he's
Like I said,
he said to me, this was his tweet. He said that bloke's had no surgery. The only surgery that bloke's had is getting toy cars removed from his arse. And I actually thought that was quite funny for once. But
I mean, it's almost a joke.
it's all,
Yeah.
I actually started writing tally marks on myself every time he did said something funny last time.
I laughed.
I,
Yeah.
I think he got 5, or maybe I had to change it to self-aware. Like every time he became
Yeah.
self-aware. But anyway, like that's barely a fucking joke, though. Like, what's the? Did he just watch Jackass the movie and like see Brian Dunn do it like while he was writing that tweet? Because I've written those tweets where I just have like some weird fucking word association game going.
He's trying. It's like every TERF. They're trying to make us out to be all these like fetishized, like freaky dudes, and that's what they try and do. They try and make us into these like sexual freaks so that people will
Which is-
ridicule us. But
It's so bad at it. Like,
it's actually them who are the freaks.
oh, absolutely, I'm a sexual freak. I have no problem with that. I'm a fucking deviant.
I'm the
But, like,
freakiest. I'm the freakiest. of
yeah,
them.
but like I'm better than him at making up this shit. Like they're bad at making up. Like everything that they say just sounds fucking awful because they have like heard of sex from a rumor.
it's
Yeah.
They're trying to be the good. They're trying so hard to be these like pious goodies, and a lot of them, like I know, when Glenner has like this staunch Catholic upbringing, and it makes him. He's got this like he's on his whole. They're on this like holier than thou crusade for like to protect women, but they're actually just like wanting to return women back to like I don't know medieval times or something. Where women are all just giving birth to babies like 24/7. Or something like that.
Yeah, well, they're really fucking worried about the fertility of women, which is like, yeah, that's always a good sign of a group being worried about the fertility of their women. That tends to be a good sign that you're in the right kind of cult. You fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Oh, they just they
Usually-
harass anyone about bodily autonomy anytime they can.
Oh yeah, I've actually started logging. Like I always quote tweet whenever they sexually harass and like point it out because because it's like weirdly fun. It's weirdly funny, like in a way. It's like the most cynical way possible that they can call you a sex pest while being a sex pest to you.
Yeah, they're the one that's
Like even
upset.
if it was a man, like even if it was a man, like the shit that they say would be sexual harassment. You fucking idiots! Like, the Lord care.
Imagine imagine having the conversations you have online with the gender critical. Imagine having them in like a Scott Mid or a Morrison's or an Asda or something. Can you imagine that?
I would love it. I would kill for it.
I know.
You know, the amount of unintelligible fuckwits, gender critical people I've had conversations with. to the point where I'd rather stab my eye out with a fork than listen to them carry on. It's like, are you seriously this stupid? I remember one turf who got so offended because I called her a cunt. She reported me.
Yeah.
She
but
actually reported me because she found out I was
But
offensive.
if she wait, is this the one that I said this same very sentence about last time we talked? But I'm going to try. If she didn't want to be called a cunt, maybe she shouldn't have been a cunt.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Is that the same one that I think I said that last time as well?
Then they go. Then have you ever had that thing with the TERF when they're like losing the battle of words? Then they start like tagging in their like TERFy mates, like their bigger TERF.
Oh, I love it. I love it when I get the dog pile.
Yeah,
I absolutely do, but I'm.
I've had that happen to me twice. But usually, I remember one time, there must have been at least five of them trying to tag team me, and I was holding my own.
Oh, well done.
I was like, is that what you got? They kept falsely accusing me of being a paedophile, which has happened numerous times.
That'll
and this will make you laugh. It certainly did, Max. I've also been misgendered. Well, trans woman.
Yeah, you will never be a man or whatever. No, you will never be a woman. You will never be a woman. Jesus fucking Christ! Actually, like, what? No, you're right. That's
everyone is a LARPing man to them. Everyone, it doesn't matter. It's if you're not a TERF, you're just some LARPing man, just delusional man. That's all you are. Even if you're a cis woman, you're a delusional man.
Yeah.
The amount of
one of the funniest things that ever happened, like, was when like that weird fucker who eventually blocked me because I actually started like getting litigious on her ass. Whenever because I work like in a field where I can't allow like I'm a teacher, and I can't really allow the accusation of pedophilia to go unchecked, which means that I will fucking scorch the earth whenever it happens, and I have absolutely broken people by that. I lose all sense of cool. And the thing is that I had the law on my side because, like, if they check anything, like, it's always false allegation. It will always be false allegation because I'm not a fucking pedophile. Like, it's really easy to not be convicted of pedophilia. Just don't be a pedophile. Like, sorry, but with those accusations, I kind of have broken a few of them because I know lawyers.
Oh, that's goes.
And I have no problem. Like, I am actually like, I would love to drag them to the courtroom. I would do it. I would do it for the shits. And I would win, and then they would cry. I would make them cry, and I would be happy. But one of them, like, my boyfriend stepped in to just tell me I was like beautiful, which was nice of him. And I just said thank you. No, he said irrational and hot, clearly a woman. I think was what he said, which is fucking beautiful. But then I just said thank you, and another person jumped in, and this was when, like, I wasn't really open about that being boy. We weren't really like discussing it, but it was really obvious because it was only like retweeting everything he posted. But she jumped in to say, "Oh, he's being sarcastic." I'm like, "Are you sure? Because I can call him up and ask."
Yeah.
Wrong person to do that, but that's my fucking boyfriend, you weird.
I know. That's the thing, when they start attacking your partners, and this is the thing. I would have unlocked my account today, but what they're doing is they're attacking like my entire polycule now, and like they're trying to dox where my polycule live and work and everything. And I'm like, geez, come on. It's me you're attacking. Weird. Remember who you're attacking. But that's that whole kind of like
but trans people are the Borg, so fucking I don't know, hive mind thing.
It's that kind of horrible Kiwi farm tactic thing, isn't it? Where they just try and like just get as much info on you as they can to try and make you, I don't know, feel vulnerable.
Yeah. I haven't. I've had people try that shit on me, but I have so much misinformation. Like, I make sure to have some. Like, as a joke, I always like have misinformation. Like, I have a dead name on my Twitter, which is just not actual. It was just a dumb shit that I had to make up because I was doing a bit for like the International Women's Day. I became the worst dude ever, who was called Chad Dudabrovsky. And then I outed myself by saying that my name was Björn. So that I'm just waiting for that one to get like sucked up and for me to get called Björn. Because it's absolutely not my name.
Once they think you've got your name, they'll start like tweeting it at you. Like, and they're just like, that thing they do, they'll just pick like a common like boy's name and they'll just say it at you, in the hope that it's your name.
I picked my name to be Max, so I'm kind of try me, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I already did that. I picked my own boy's name, motherfucker.
And it's like
it is better as a girlfriend.
The worst TERFs are the ones who I find are the ones who try and like almost like talk to you like you're like their daughter or something, or like their child, where they'll kind of almost like come at you with like a scold rather than just like a normal insult or a chat. They'll be like, oh, I bet your room is an absolute mess, you absolute failure, and stuff like that. Why do you not dress properly? You know that you've probably came across those kind of TERFs before.
I'm a trans woman and I have ADHD. Of course my room is a fucking mess.
Oh, ADHD too.
Yeah, the most common thing I normally get is, and this is normally their go-to, because obviously, I mean, soccer, I'm visibly tattooed, clearly, and they always point out.
Nice tattoo.
Yeah, soccer. You're visibly tattooed. You have a mental illness, so therefore you are mentally ill and should not be around kids. That's their go-to. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't like kids anyway, but okay, fair enough. I'm not particularly paternal in that sense. So, hey ho. And it's like, really?
No.
Like, you're gonna point something out? Like, don't you have any, fucking individuality? Your comebacks?
They don't.
It's like,
but they don't. They don't have any. It's like the worst TERFs to me are the boring ones, and they all kind of get boring after a bit. But like I've actually been on a kind of hiatus from kicking around TERFs. I don't know why. I'm just I haven't felt it. I was actually like because it's, like I said, I'm a bad person. But my aim on Twitter is kind of to be the worst person theoretically possible with the correct opinions. So like when they go low, I go lower, and I absolutely am creative enough to go lower. The funniest bit was the one that said that I was going to have to dig real deep to get to her emotions, and then I accidentally like mentioned the kids, and she flew off her fucking handles. Like it was the next tweet as well. It was like, you're going to have to dig real deep, like blah blah blah. And then she said she had killed kids, and I said, okay, whatever they call the younglings of you, whatever fuck creature you are. And she just fucking went insane. Do not talk about my kids. And it's like, oh, now I'm going to break you.
Now you're touching it. It's okay for you to rip me apart, but the second you take, and
I absolutely went too far with her because I started to make a joke about like I am true. I think because someone jumped in and said that they were going to lose contact, like, oh, your children are going to drop contact with you, and then she just said, oh no, I have really great relationships with all my children. Like one, and then accidentally mentioned one of them is dead, and I said, well, one of them did cut contract with you,
Oh, that reminds me of that chat I had with a
which is
terf.
awful.
Oh,
But
the terf
like,
was terrible. Oh, it was
no,
like
that was me. That was me telling her that, and
oh,
I know that was shit. Like I admit that fully, but like, then again,
it's fighting
she just
fire.
meant like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm going for like fighting fire with napalm.
Oh, okay. The extra
Uh,
edge.
like yeah, I'm really,
Yeah.
I'm an edgy motherfucker, you know.
Oh,
I'm just an edgelord who grew up
oh.
to be a nice little edge lady.
I think I went too far with the terf, but I actually felt better afterwards because the terf was like laying into me about how I'd never have children and I don't have a womb and all of this. And then he was like, and then he started saying for some reason, I know a trans person, but I never gendered him correctly. And he was a friend of mine and I never like supported his rights to transition. And then he ended up killing himself. And I said, well, you murdered him then. And he's like, how dare you say that? I was like, well, you obviously killed him and you obviously weren't his friend. And he just
Well,
went absolutely ballistic.
seems like the wrong person in that friendship ended. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus fucking Christ.
different
Fucking-
topic, but in the same lines. That sounds similar, very similar to this kid. And I say kid because he's about 18 years old. In his bio, he says he's a history buff. Okay, you're a history buff. But he does nothing.
Are you a nerd or a Nazi?
History buff. What side of
Kind
history?
of.
Yeah.
But he spews nothing but racist shit.
Oh, so the Nazi. Fucking hell.
Oh God.
I'm a history buff. I really, really, really wish it.
What's he
Yeah.
reading? Oh.
I don't know. Apparently he's been taught by racist historians. Apparently.
Oh.
It's kind of weird when you're a history buff and ends up on the side of colonialism.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, really, you have a trans friend? Oh, you have trans people in your family, really?
Yeah. And I like how are they not playing? How are they not integrating away from you?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have like trans people in their family.
Yeah, that happened in a recent conversation I had as well on Twitter. You know, Twitter could be so much fun.
Me.
It's a nice friendly place.
Yeah.
Like until I started until I started this, I was just I'm still a fucking nobody. I have 80 followers and I make sure that fucking stick it there. But like I was just sitting there with my 17 followers who I had no idea why they followed me, and I was just a mean-spirited little shit everywhere. Like that was what I did on Twitter earlier.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I have LGBT people in my family. I have 2 transgenders in my family, and I'm like,
oh, as soon as they say transgender, you know it's going to go.
And I was like, I highly doubt you do, because the amount of bullshit you've been spewing says otherwise, and then I just blocked him. The thing,
yeah, well, they're a shit family member at least.
Yeah, the tactic I use is I normally go with their bullshit, right, for about 15-20 minutes. I'll go along with it. I'll interrogate them. I'll tell them to F off, whatever. Like, I'll rile them up.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty good at that.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll get to a point where they'll go completely off topic.
Oh,
they'll go through.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, you're telling me this, so why are you going there? Still, can't you stay on topic?
Yeah. Oh no, they can't.
They don't want to talk. They don't want to be wrong ever.
Yeah.
So they're always trying to be right.
And
you gotta remember, like, the brain is fucked to sludge.
Yeah, and it's like, You know, 20
Fucking
minutes
scrambled
have gone
eggs
by.
by this point.
Yeah, 20 minutes have gone by, and I'm like,
Mind numbing.
you know, I'm getting pretty bored at this point, you know, because it's like just going round and round in circles. So in the end, I'll just say, you know, you're boring me, so why don't you just fuck off? And then I'll get one last Hail Mary attempt. They'll throw a whole load of Hail Marys, and they're like, "Oh, you're this, you're that, you're that. Oh,
All this
you're an. Oh, I've been called a Nazi as well, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
God, I've
you're
been
a
a
Nazi.
Fucking hell.
You're
feminazi at one point.
yeah,
Oh.
you're a pedophile. You're a groomer. You're a child predator. You're a misogynist." And I'm like,
No.
and one of my last replies was, "Is
And
that
you
it?"
like Adam Sandler movies, you
Yeah, and I was like,
general shit person.
yeah. My last reply was, "Is that it? Anything else?"
Yeah. It's just like they read
Yeah,
off
like-
a book or something. It's like they've got a list of insults and they just share them around. It's like school.
Like,
It's
Yeah.
I hate to,
like
like,
school.
you know, yeah, I hate to break it to you, but we're not in school now, in school anymore. You do know that there's a progression. You go to school, you do what kids do, which is be idiots, whatever, say stupid shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's a phase. That's a
Oh, yeah.
phase. You do realize you have to grow out of that, but no, these people don't.
They never
They
grow
don't.
up. They never
They
grow
never.
up.
I love the people who think that I am. I love it when there are my two favorite things that TERFs can do. Either like pick one of my pictures and say that I look like a man because like, or that I'm ugly. Like, wrong person to say that to. I have I have a sexual attraction to myself. I'm just going to go right out and say it. I have had it my entire life. My biggest, like, I'm jealous of my boyfriend because he gets to fuck with me. I like.
Oh.
So it's that point. I'm deeply disturbed there. So it's kind of wrong, weird to like. I'm a bad person to pick to say like, oh, you're ugly. Like, I know I'm not. I have fucking eyes. I'm hotter than the goddamn sun. Like, yeah, even like now my makeup's completely fucked. But even then, I would. Like even when I look at my like boy pictures, Jesus Christ, I would abuse that little twink. But or when they try to like shame me either for being a bad person or for being like a crybaby. Because again, like wrong person. Like there are absolutely things that you could focus on me on. Like there are a shit ton. My Twitter is basically just a fucking gift basket that they could use, but they never do. Instead, they focus on like the entirely wrong thing. They also say that I have a wig often, which is weird because like if I had a wig, it wouldn't have this shit hair quality. Like fucking, this is the most British fucking hair ever. If I bought a wig, it would be good quality hair.
Like sometimes they don't even like. I don't think they even like look. It's like sometimes it's like I can see your beard, and it's like
but they love to like send them. They like to like repost it pictures, so I know they have them saved. And like, sure, do whatever you want with them. I don't know. I don't care. I've uploaded a bunch of ass pictures lately, so just fucking go.
I don't know.
Yeah, talking of beards, right? My profile photo, I have a beard.
Yeah.
Right? I have a full beard, right? It's
Yeah, what's the thing with
not
beards?
it wasn't fully grown, but it was grown enough. And it's like, did you miss something? Like,
oh yeah, but you were getting.
I appreciate the compliment. Like that's what I ended up saying. Oh, you think I'm a trans woman? Oh, thanks. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
Of
like
course I am, because they're stupid.
there was they always keep also like saying sir and shit, which is I never even react to it because I genuinely don't care about being misgendered by fucking losers online.
Yeah.
It's not my. It's not something
It's
like if I'm not saying that you
Yeah.
shouldn't care. Like of course, like you know, if people care, they care, and that hurts them. Of course, like I said, I have my things as well. It's just that my things are so fucking deep hidden within me that they can't find them. But like, I do you think you matter to me, you fucking pissant?
I
Yeah,
know.
it's like,
What?
we currently
You're
have.
nothing. You
Yeah.
calling me sir means nothing. You could fucking die and my life wouldn't change.
Exactly. It's like we
What's
currently
the
have.
same person? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Same
We
person
currently
with like
have.
accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we currently have India Willoughby, who's currently facing transphobic abuse on fucking J.K. Rowling herself.
Oh yeah.
We currently have Sam.
Sorry. Holocaust denier, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. We also have Sam at Mussy on Twitter, who's a gay man, who's been constantly told by transphobes that he's a woman.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I've seen his.
He handles it like a fucking champ,
Yeah.
though. I love that guy.
Great.
Yeah, and obviously, I started following her earlier this evening. We also have your friend Pandora, who's recently been
Pandora. Yeah.
targeted as well.
Oh, that Kavakagi goes after everyone. Like everyone. She is insane. Like literally insane. Kavakagi. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but that's her Twitter handle. And she is nuts. She's proper psycho. She's been hounding me for like must be around about 6 months now. Like I blocked her ages ago, but she just keeps finding new ways to like get me. And she's relentless. My friend Nikki, she like was like harassing him whilst he was in hospital having whilst she was in hospital having an asthma attack. And it was just like relentless abuse, like constantly.
I need to find this person.
So much. Poor Nikki, she was like, oh, she held up well, but
I need to just go grab a charger for my computer because it's just
that's fine.
yeah.
And and she was they were just piling in on her, and then it was like all these other and I tell you what, that she has some of the most horrible like terfs. Like I think they're just like full on Nazis. They're like they call themselves she's one of those terfs that calls themselves GC Ultras, and they're meant to be like the hardcore sort of TERF, so like the SS of the gender critical or something, some nonsense like that. And they're the ones that never back down. They're just like relentlessly attack. Like even if someone's like, I don't know, suicidal, they don't back down. Even if someone's in hospital, they don't back down. Even if someone's like died, they're like ridiculing them on their grave. Like you would have seen it around the Brianna Gay trials. These they call themselves ultras, and they're just horrendous. Yeah.
I refuse to follow the Brianna like that shit pissed me off so much, so I never actually.
It's so disturbing.
I have students her age, and I kind of like every time we talked about it on the show, I was just screaming.
Yeah,
Probably.
Probably. I think it must be about maybe 3 or maybe 4 episodes ago. We covered Brianna Dry. Because it was important for me at least to raise awareness of what happened to her and what happened to so many other trans people like her. And it's like, yeah, it just we have to like stop talking about it because
that thing kind of goes, and it's specifically that case as well. Like I don't know why that just it's kind of like I have students her age and shit, but And but I still have my fucking promise about like if we get to do 1 week that of like a normal show where we not have it when we don't have a guest or something, where we don't talk about like some trans person getting murdered or anything, I'm going to do a fucking line of coke on. I'm just fucking. Jesus Christ, every time, and it's good that we talk about it. Like, and I think I deal with it fairly well. But it's like my go-to is just like it's easy to not kill people. Like I have never killed a single person that I know of.
Yeah.
It's that thing where it's like tell me if it's too much, of course, because it's horrible. But it's that thing where you get them like just like piling on someone who's like they piled on me. Like because I was trying to say like I don't know, I was just doing a nice little tribute to Brianna or something, and then they were all piling on, dead naming her, and I was like, this is horrendous. Like, and I was like, it was one of my first viral posts on Twitter. It was like just dead name after dead name after dead name after dead name, and then I was just like, at first I was replying to them, and I was like trying to go like have an argument and correct them and get into a bit of a flame war with them. But then after about 100 times I'm calling Brianna Gay's dead name, I was just like, oh, I'm cutting the comments on this one. It's just getting too much.
Oh yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. I never had any of that. But it did like I did have the J.K. Rowling shit that like got me 2 consecutive suspensions, which because I came and kicked the hornet's nest on that one, and I admit that fully that what I said was fucking awful. It was about like J.K. Rowling becoming a better person or something like. Someone said be better or something, and I said that the only way that would happen would be a bullet. Yeah, that's the yeah. Like I said, I'm not a good person. But then again, people said that I threatened to kill her. Like, no, I didn't. I don't care if she's a good person. She can be shit. I do not care. I'm just saying that it would make it better, and it would make a better author as well. By the way, like fucking garbage.
Harry Potter and the Silver Bullet or something. I don't know. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Grassy Knoll.
She'd probably respawn, even if she was killed. She'd probably like reanimate again or something, and just like rise again as some zombie version.
I desperately want to make that.
Yeah, that'd be a great horror film. I mean, she's scary enough already.
She's such a fucking weirdo. Like we take so much time talking about her like transphobic bullshit and like her weird anti-Semitism and now Holocaust denial because that was the only thing that was fucking missing. But like, she's also just such a fucking weird loser.
She's dreadful.
I would have fucking bullied her.
It's like she made this one book and it got success, and now she just spends her whole life. Why did she spend her whole life trolling? Why can't she not just enjoy her money? No,
she also did write a book that was like half tweets.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't enjoy
the name of Rob Galbert.
She doesn't enjoy money. She doesn't enjoy her money, except she uses it to bail out people out fucking dinner and join a cherry.
Why would you do
that? Because of their legal issues.
Oh, Joanna!
Let's go to the bank. Let's go to the bank of Mama Joanne. Oh, she'll bail us out.
That's the
only reason why they're pally with her, because they know that because if they have her on their side, no one can touch us
or something.
I get her being friends with like Lena though, because she probably just confuses it and thinks that he's Hagrid.
Probably.
He's definitely got that way about him. Oh, he's vile, man. And that's the thing as well. He's so like, I don't know. It's so like he's like your weird uncle that you would never quite want to cuddle. You know, he's like one of those type of people.
I wouldn't want him anywhere near my kids.
Oh, he's a dreadful person. He's scary.
No, he would probably just upload some like topless photos.
Oh, he's
If he ever came near me, and I mean this, if he ever came near me, the only thing he'll be is in the casket.
Oh, he's dreadful.
I would headbutt him in the shin. Because that's about as far as I can reach. I'm about 190, 1 meter 90 centimeters. I'm like tall. I'm very tall. I think he's way, way, way taller. I don't know what is. I'm like 6 feet or something.
Grin is 6'4". He's about 6'4", 6'5".
Wow, he's one hand. He could javelin me. Across to Australia.
Yeah,
in Australia now, or is it New Zealand?
He's currently in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Oh, nice.
Doing his turfy tour. Comedy tour.
Yeah,
comedy tour. Cancelled.
Oh God.
He's currently in metamorphosis.
Oh
yeah.
Joanna.
He will emerge. He will emerge from his cocoon in a few centuries.
Yeah.
And it's like
that's what that body is. It's a cocoon.
Yeah.
What is his ultimate goal? Is it just to just win the favor of old ladies or something? I don't know.
The thing is, Sophie,
to swallow planets, I think.
Yeah. He doesn't know. He doesn't even know his own mind, let alone what his goal is.
It's just crazy.
He's a bumbling idiot.
It's like I used to actually like Father Ted as a child. I thought that was actually quite funny.
I fucking hate Father Ted, but like Breakfast is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
But I think I like still great fucking show. I still do think that's more Dylan Morano.
Yeah, great actor.
But I liked the IT crowd. Like when I watched it, actually, I even liked that weird fucking trans bullshit. Like it gave it something at least.
It's like, it's just he got so upset because people made a big deal of that episode, and he's like, he could have just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I made a bad joke," and moved on.
Which he did at first.
Yeah,
he did at first. Then he broke his brain because he had a surgery. And ended up on Mumsnet. Jesus Christ!
Mumsnet.
What happened to that one?
Circle of Hell. That place. That place is just. Oh no, Mumsnet. That's like. Oh, it doesn't get worse than Mumsnet. Mumsnet is like the place where even
there are actual clam rallies that are less fucked than that place.
Oh, I wouldn't. I mean, even Hitler's too good for Mumsnet. It's like that's how bad Mumsnet is. And it's like fucking insane.
999. I'm knocked down.
It's like Mumsnet is the worst.
No, but it sucks. But it's like the worst conspiracy drivel as well. Like, what the fuck? It's like this weird thing that you have on Facebook, like that same thing, because they're all like, oh well, I'm just a sweet little mum, but gas the Jews. Jesus fucking Christ.
No,
fucking Mary, please don't. And that's the kind of thing. And like you kind of see that on Facebook as well, where someone will just be like, hang all of them, and then you enter the profile and it's like, Bertha 96, I love my grandkids and baking cakes.
Yeah, one of these TERFs on Facebook went absolutely apeshit from a Facebook profile a few years back when I first came out. I was still a bit more fragile. I just broke my egg. I was cracked egg, sorry. And there was and then she just laid into me. And then I was like, who is this evil person? And I went into the profile and it was like, oh, I love my child. My child is the best thing in my life. Help save the NHS. And I'm like, well, your profile does not reflect what you're doing to me.
That's kind of what
every TERF I've interacted with has one specific header on their profile, and it's always of Magdalene Burns.
It's like, why?
And it's like,
is that true?
Yeah.
Like, I never checked their profiles.
Every
gender critical TERF profile I've interacted with has had that header of Magdalene Burns.
It's like a cult header or something.
They always have it. And it's like,
I'm just weirdly shit at this shit.
Yeah.
You
I
see
don't
it
know.
everywhere.
Yeah, maybe. I think that. Yeah. I'm going to because I'm such a shit show old person.
It's like a
I
human thing.
I'm really bad at like keeping track of all these people. I'm actually like Turin is way more knowledgeable about it than I am because I'm just here for the shit show. I'm here for the mud fight.
Oh,
That's what I'm here. And I noticed like a while back that a bunch of them, like, they were talking to me like I was their fucking nemesis, or like they were my fucking nemesis. And like, have I interacted with you people at all? And yeah, apparently I had like been really, really, really cruel to them, and just had completely forgotten
yeah. One time,
because I don't keep track of the names at all.
one time I
Uh,
helped a friend out who's getting like piled on, and then one of the TERFs replied to me and was like, "Oh, you're that Sophie Sparkles. You're a proper mental case, aren't you?" And I'm just like, "What? You've never spoke to you in my life."
you can even own it by then. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fucking nuts.
scared of me. It's like,
Um,
they must
I
share it.
just
They
wish,
must, like, talk about us on their little mum's net chats or something. I
yeah.
don't know.
I'm actually like this outfit today. Like you weren't here when I said it, but this is like I'm also like when I can't stand up on camera because this is like 2 sizes too small for me. Like the
Oh.
entire outfit and the skirt. It would be an actual crime if I went out in public wearing this fucking skirt. It's a string with hubris, not a
Oh.
skirt. But like I'm dressed like this because this was how someone like described me being dressed like kind of recently when I was just arguing with them. So I'm the TERF's worst nightmare today. So I'm dressed in a fucking sailor suit.
Oh.
Luckily enough, I actually found a sailor suit that I apparently had bought like years ago for someone else.
It's like
yeah.
I didn't have to buy it for this.
it's got a lovely collar. It's got an absolutely adorable collar.
Yeah, I know. I looked really good in this.
It looks so
Which is,
cool.
like I wish I hadn't looked good in it because I'm like
I like
fucking
thinking
weird.
white. Thinking white's good. I always think TERFs are jealous at how cool, how lovely trans people look, how hot trans people are.
Oh, I absolutely know they are with me. But they also they, they use the weirdest things. Like I, aside from the slut shaming and like the gay shaming, like they can't really picture like a top trans woman at all, which is really funny because they like always do the virgin shit. Like you were a virgin and then you turned into like a woman to abuse other women. Like, yeah, absolutely. I had fucked like around 200 people before I became trans. They became trans. Like when I came out, shit.
Yeah,
I
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
yeah, but like I was really fucking good at like when I came out, I halved my dating pool because like all straight women like fucked off. I was really fucking good prior to that. Like straight women was my fucking. I was great at pulling straight women, and now I don't. I'm not. So like actually dating got really fucking harder, much harder. But then I mentioned that like no, I fucked like quite a lot, and then they start slut shaming and just
Yeah.
call me a hole, and it's like I'm not. I'm a top, you fucking moron.
Sluts are amazing. I'm one. And
Oh yeah, I am a massive slut. Like that's the best. We actually have an episode where I self-identify as a slut because
they're
that's
like,
the closest I get.
they're like, oh God, how many partners does this Sophie have? And I'm like, oh my God, it's insane. It's like a cult. It's like they're trying to like, one of them compared me to like the BTK killer or something. I was like, what the fuck? Just because I have lots of partners, I'm suddenly
Did
this
the BTK killer even have a lot of partners? Like,
no, he was a shy guy. I think they're confusing me with someone else.
I had a TERF once, Right, I seem to get all the fucking nutcases come after me.
Oh yeah, you really do.
I just want to say to me, very weirdly, was too interested in my sexual past for some reason.
Jeez. Oh,
And it's
no.
like,
Yeah, there.
That's real.
my
That's real.
and I was like, my sexual past is none of your business.
I slay my
then
puss, bro.
Yeah, and then the next line out of their mouth was, I bet you are impotent.
Oh, God.
And I bet you need Viagra. And I'm like, so wait. So first you were worried about my sexual past. Now you're worried that I could possibly have kids. So now you're wishing that I'm impotent. And now you're saying I probably need Viagra. Like making my
And like, no shame in
Which one is
needing
it?
a Viagra. I go on speed bitches all the time. So I think
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that a problem? It's like, that's the thing. They're all like, because I'm a very sex positive person. Most queer people are, but these TERFs are just like, they're so, I don't know, weird about sex and everything. Everything's just to them is weird. Like anything that's not, I don't know, like watching like come dancing is weird or something. I don't know.
apparently, but not like asking strangers about their genitals. That's really normal. That's a normal thing to do. That's something that normal people do. They just start talking about strangers' genitals. That's just I do it on the train all the time.
Care about consent or boundaries. Like consent and boundaries, like a huge thing in the queer community, and he just doesn't seem to care at all about them. And they're just like calling us the predators. It's like,
and that's all down to a little Welsh woman by the name of Helen Stellan, because that's her famous question. Should a male-born person with a penis be in changing rooms? And it's like, first of all, men aren't in the changing rooms.
No.
Like, and then she proposed that there should be someone standing outside public bathrooms to check genitalia.
Could you imagine that? What kind of dystopian weirdness is that?
That's like some fucking Orwellian 1984 shit right there.
I know, that's horrible. That's like gender police. Oh God, no.
All I want to do is go into this fucking public toilet, go into a queue, no, go into like a stall or whatever the fuck they're called. Go into a stall and like have a piss or like do a line. I'm not trying to do anything weird or illegal, or well, I guess technically, but like the illegal shit that I'm doing there isn't like fucking. It won't bother anyone else unless they start like don't hold my coke.
Oh,
yeah, and it's like
this is my brand.
And we'll probably cover this at some point as well. But going one step further, there's a woman called Jenny Watson.
Is that the bar bitch?
She's doing a lesbian only bar.
Oh, that's her. Yeah. Oh gosh, her.
And
I desperately wanted to.
Apparently, from what I've seen on Twitter, is that in order for women to gain access, in order for, according to her, in her words, real lesbian to become a member of a bar, they would have to go through DNA testing.
Oh my God, that's like that would take ages. It's like
that's what that is what she's advocating for, that she wants.
I love her.
Go through DNA testing.
What a
swab your DNA.
What? And she thinks we're mental. I mean, I am mental.
There isn't a single bar in the world that I would be like Oh, like no, don't DNA test me to enter this bar. Like even back when I drank.
That's like being breathalyzed before you go in the door
Yeah.
or something. Ah.
It's along the same lines as of Sal Grover and her fucking Giggle platform regarding
Oh yeah.
fucking AI fucking
What's that
facial
called?
recognition.
Giggle?
Giggle, yeah.
That sounds
Where
like a
she
fucking
wants
serial killer app.
to use where she wants to
I
use
don't want to go to
facial
Giggle to
recognition.
find a partner. Jeez.
I
She
kind of
used
like.
facial recognition on her website for women.
That's obsessive. Yeah.
Well, it does
I'm going
work.
to do something. I gotta check something now. I'm going to like. My make is absolute shit, but I'm going to see if I actually do it because like the facial recognition is fucking atrocious.
I would laugh if you got past if you got through. So that would be
Oh,
funny.
I'm not going to go to. I'm going to just do another like one. I'm not going to fucking bother setting up actually right now. But I'm actually,
Yeah.
I'm doing. I'll do that for the next show.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't want to download the fucking app. I have some
I
facial
don't
recognition
know.
bullshit.
I don't know if they've got an app. I think it's mainly. I think they've just got a website. I don't think they have the app yet. But I don't
No.
fucking know.
I'm
But
going
yeah,
to say
it's
like this
Yeah.
picture of me. I see a dude in this picture. I'm just going to be completely honest. I see a dude. Apparently, the fucking app doesn't.
oof. It's
Okay.
it's
It's
like
really easy to trick those fuckers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to like.
And it's like
I,
yeah,
Yeah.
so you've got that. So you've got that contingent of your Jenny Watson, your Helen Stanland, your Artie Morty, who I like to call the token gay, who just talks a load of fucking nonsense. You've got Grinner, and on the American contingent, you've got Blair White, you've got Matt Walsh, who about 6 months ago, and he reviewed a kids book called the Gay BCs that teaches kids about queer people, and he doxed the author, called him a paedophile for teaching kids that queer people exist, and then he got his followers to contact a local hospital in his city, and they did a fake bomb threat.
This is rad. This is
because
like
they were offering okay.
God. They went
kids.
from that. They escalated from that to like full on like mainland terrorism, like domestic terrorism. It's like crazy. It's such an escalation.
Yeah, like shit. At least don't waste funds. If you're going to do a bomb threat, at least have it be real.
It's
Like,
like
don't waste
like
funds like that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
this that Unibomber nonsense. It's like wow.
Every
Yeah.
single one of my bomb threats have been completely real.
Yeah.
I have never bomb threatened anyone, I think. Not like anything, any place, any person, I can't say. I might have done it to a friend once or twice.
Yeah, but
I
it's
will
like,
mail bomb you, might have been said.
Yeah, I mean, I might have said things, when I'm in the heat of the moment, like we all do. We always.
Yeah, and also sometimes my boyfriend just gotta know his place.
We all
Yeah.
say rash things, but these
Yeah.
people like spend hours thinking of these things.
Yeah,
And then it's like
but I mean, like he's weird. Like this is really fucked up. But his wife, who is not right in the head, herself,
No,
tweeted
he's
out
his
once
wife.
saying
He's
that
his wife.
Matt Walsh's wife,
Yeah.
she said, "Oh, my husband has never made me wet.
well, that's
If
absurd.
your husbands make you wet, you need to see a doctor because that's not normal."
That's the other way round. I mean, well, if she doesn't want her husband getting erect, then maybe she's asexual. I don't know.
Matt Walsh, like the amount of times he talks about gay sex, I think he's a raging he's a raging. I personally, I think he's gay,
Inks
and
in
he's
the
trying to
closet.
fight it
Yeah.
because the amount of times he speaks about gay sex and about what gay people get up to, it's like you're really too
really into this. You're
interested.
really hiding something.
Yeah, and it's like, are you trying to tell us that you're gay?
Yeah.
That's so
Like, at least
fucking
like, just admit it.
inspired as well.
I'd be like, yes, congratulations, and they'd be like, oh
Yeah.
no. But yeah, some people are just so terrified to be themselves, and it's like I actually feel sorry, and like I wish just let yourself be you more, and then they're so
Yeah.
oh, I can't do that, I can't
But
do
he's
that.
he's a typical American.
I was determined to never like come out as trans. Then I had a stroke, and couldn't like. I had a stroke and a very powerful acid trip in which I saw my own face in the mirror and like.
Oh,
And I was like 30 then, and I realized like I saw her in the mirror, and then I couldn't like face it because I've known since I was 3. But I decided like the second I knew, I also decided like I'm never going to do a shit about this. And then I wouldn't have unless I had nearly died. So like, yeah, it sucks, but I didn't become a okay. I didn't become a homophobic piece of shit because I absolutely became a piece of shit. But that's like, I do it with style.
Yeah, that is the most. That is the something to interrupt you, Sophie. That's the one common denominator of all terms. If they say, "Oh, children don't know who they are," yes, they fucking do.
I knew.
Yeah, I've known since I was 3.
Wait, I just
children
didn't do
may be 3
anything
years
about
old,
it.
but children know who they are. Children
Yeah.
are more aware than you think.
And then it just gets beaten out of you by society.
Yeah.
As you grow up.
And like I was always, I've always been weirdly certain about this because like it's the second memory I have. The first memory is biting my tongue, like the tip of my tongue off. That's the first memory of my life. Welcome to life, motherfucker. I fell out of the car. I landed on my back, and I had like my tongue between. I was like 3. And I actually have like a flatter tongue now because like I don't have the tip of my tongue.
Oh.
But I yeah. The second memory I have is like mom not wanting me to because I wore dresses at home all the time, but that was playing, and she didn't want me to wear a dress to kindergarten, and I wondered why. And that's like the second thing that I knew. Like, oh, so there, but then and I've known since then.
I used to be dressed feminine all the way up until I was in like primary 2 or something. My mom used to dress me feminine, like really feminine clothes. I used to have like the cutest little satchels and little Mary Jane shoes and everything. I was adorable. But then something happened around like the age of like 5 or 6, where it's like all the Sophie just kind of got beaten out of me, literally beaten at times, and it was just like horrible. And then it was just like years of conversion therapy until I broke free again.
That's fucked. Sorry about that. I was like a transvestite throughout my life. Like that was what I was comfortable being a transvestite. I thought. Then I wasn't. But I was like I've always went. Fuck me! I accidentally hit myself with something.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm just a klutzy cunt.
Yeah, talking about I mean that can be another discussion in of itself. Conversion therapy. But we still have conversion therapy, and for the life of me I don't understand why.
Genocide.
Yeah.
Like that's my answer. I know that's my answer every time, but like, yeah.
It's like proper genocide. They're properly just trying to get rid of us by any means possible.
And it's such a boring genocide as well.
Yeah.
So fucking uninspired. Oh, guess the trannies. Yeah, fucking inspired there.
It's just like, the government are like, oh, we support trans people and all this. Oh, we care about them. And the next minute they're like misgendering us all. And they're like, oh, we don't want them in women's changing rooms. We don't want them in this.
Yeah, we want kids, we want children to commit suicide, and like,
Yeah,
yeah, you really fucking care, don't you?
Yeah,
we want them to get bullied in
yeah, no
school.
thanks to. Yeah,
But we're
I mean, I was bullied. I
supporting
mean,
them.
you know, I've never. I mean, I've never struggled with gender dysphoria, right? I've never struggled, right? So I wouldn't have. I mean, I understand, and I sympathise and empathise with people who do, with trans people who do, and non-binary people do as well, right? But I will never ever truly understand what it's like, right? But I'm not a complete fucking arsehole. I mean, I am an arsehole to a certain extent, but I'm not an arsehole to the point where, oh, I know, I'm gonna be a total turf and spout bullshit targeting a minority, all because I don't understand it.
I mean,
And alienate.
even though they're targeting a minority, they forget that they're targeting a minority, a vulnerable group of people as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we're all powerful and we run the government.
Yes.
but they really think that a minority. But they really think that trans people outweigh them. It's like, no, do the math. There are more cis people, cis
Yeah.
heteronormative people in the world.
Or so they
Trans
say.
community is like 1%.
There's hardly
The detransition,
any
yeah,
trans people. Yeah.
exactly. That it's between 0.1 and 0.5%.
That's like nothing.
That's roughly. The detransition community is less than 1% of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
think,
I'm thinking-
there's more detransition people. No, they're not.
There's like 7 people like turn up at like the detransition world conventions. It's like the same
Yeah.
7 people every year.
That's like the same amount of people who end up in like the Jigsaw Trap support group in the last Saw film. That's the funniest fucking thing ever, by the way. He has like 100 victims throughout the movies. I'm forcing my boyfriend to rewatch the movies because Tobin Bell looks exactly like my father and I have issues. No, actually, like Jigsaw is a dead ringer for my father.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. That's like he died by having some guy weird sawing off his throat, so it's cool. Putting him in a trap. No, he didn't. He died because he was an alcoholic fuckstick. We actually robbed him afterwards. We knew we weren't going to get like any inheritance, so we broke into his flat and just stole everything that wasn't bolted down.
A lot. Oh.
Sorry, this is me. I'm a weird person. I'm sorry if this is
No,
uncomfortable for you. Genuinely, I'm trying to be
you've not
well
met
behaved.
me.
It's good.
I have a message, but don't tell the terps.
I don't like me. Fuck it. I'm a complete fucking. And that's what I find so funny about like because I still like they haven't really like aside from when they defamed me and shit, and I actually went scorched earth on them. I have never been angry while talking to Turf on Twitter because I don't like I'm entertained. The best part about starting this podcast was people actually knowing that no, I'm not angry just because I swear a lot. I'm just a generally foul person. Because this is how I usually am when I'm on Twitter, and I don't use Twitter when I'm angry because I don't have that type of self harm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I use it. I like Twitter doesn't. It matters a bit more now that I have like actually started to know cool people, and like now I actually don't want them to like disappear when I'm removed again, which I will be. I just want to know if I'll hold out the year, but I have my account removed constantly, and I'm just ban evading all the time. Like I'm on my 8th or 9th account by now.
Oh, well
I
done.
yeah, I kick the hornet's nest. I don't because I don't like. I'm not careful, so eventually, I think last time I actually was that I ended up. It was last or next to last time where I actually just because he gave like tips to like how to be not me and like the pointed list, and I did the same thing, and then I just ended it with kill yourself, and that got me removed. Because yeah, I'm not. It's like, no, that's a bad thing to do. Yeah, I know, and it was bad of me to do it. I agree. Like, I agree. That was a shit thing to do. I still think it was deserved. Like, that's two things can be true. But sorry. Yeah, like because I don't take Twitter seriously, especially when I'm going to discuss turfs, and they call me a trans rights activist. No, I'm a cunt with a keyboard.
Oh,
So like that's. I find it really fucking funny because I know that they're always angrier than I am.
they're always angry. The times
Sorry?
they get to me, they're always angry, and the times that they get to me when they get under my skin, it's like they can say all manner of shit to me because I've had all manner of abuse thrown at me, and that doesn't bother me too much. When it bothers me is when they start targeting like people that I care about, and or if they're going after like more people that are more vulnerable, and I always have this kind of like motherly nature to go in and like protect them, and just like back off turf kind of attitude.
Yeah, it's like
And I've had people.
I've had my account just over 2 years. And within that time, like Max, I use Twitter, but I use it at opportune times when I have some time to kill or something.
Oh, I use Twitter way too much.
Yeah,
it's a
and I've had people say to me, why do you insert yourself into what's going on? And I was like, well, it's really simple. I've got no choice. I have no choice. I have to because one, I'm a part of the community, and two, I'm a trans ally. So I've got no choice. I could, if I wanted to, just sit back, but then what good would that do?
Yeah, that's kind of what I do.
And so I get harassed, targeted. It was like I said to you in that when you posted that thing about going away from you, like staying away from you until things die down. And
I was doxing everyone.
It's like,
everyone.
Oh yeah, they can fucking try.
Yeah, it's like prior to this, like a couple of years back, I had my own little incident where I had to make a report to the police because this person kept calling me a falsely accusing me of being a paedophile, and so he was joking. So I reported him. And ever since then, I've heard nothing from him. Right, which I'm assuming at some point I am, but it's like I've got no choice. I have to stay on top of what's happening because although it doesn't directly affect me, you can say what you want to me. Listen, right? Because I've been through shit. Right, I was abused as a kid. Like you can say what the fuck you want to me. I don't care. Right, I've got thick skin. Right, but when you target a minority who may not have a voice, they may not have the wherewithal to be able to defend themselves, I'm going to step in or at least aid my voice.
Yeah, thanks for helping me out those times when they were totally dogpiling me.
I don't have the platform of Ginner, but then again,
Just hit me.
I wouldn't want the platform like Ginner because that's full of hateful, bigoted pricks.
I would love to actually have. I would love to have Glynn's platform right now. Like just transform into me. I would have so much fun with that shit. I would ruin their fucking lives. But like, if the dog pile out, just hit me up. I'm ready for one. I haven't been in a dog pile for a bit.
Oh yeah.
But like they keep calling me a trans activist, which is kind of offensive to me actually. Like that's the one thing that will offend me, because like trans activists do important shit. I don't. I am absolutely not doing important. Like I run a podcast about trans issues, which is the most important thing that I do. Other than that, I'm cruel to TERFs on Twitter, which I think is justified, but I'm not doing activism. It's just that I happen to be completely fine just ruining their lives because I have a weird sense of like shaky ethics that I can use to like. I want to make the world worse for shitty people. I don't want to make the world better for good people. That's kind of where I am at. That's the type of person I am. Which it's not a good thing, but I think it's needed sometimes.
I got called though, as my definition is classic trans rights activist. That's like probably the most accurate thing a TERF's ever said to me. This is just like a typical trans right activist. And I'm like, oh, thank you. No, I'm just like I'm just your run-of-the-mill trans rights activist.
Yeah.
But I want to make it better for other folk because I had a shit upbringing, and that's why I did it.
And like that's good. That's a really noble goal. I want to be clear. I think that's good, and I think I'm very happy that there are those people out there. But personally, like my motivation is to ruin the lives of bad people. That's where I'm at. Because that's like I'm a chaotic demon, and I have no problem with that.
That's why it makes this podcast and our dynamic work. Is because
our dynamic works really much, surprisingly well. I did not expect that when I started it because I was like nervous about that shit. At first, I actually asked because I was recommended by a person who had just seen me be a vile piece of shit to people. Like, oh, I want this one on a podcast. Like, yeah, how advertiser friendly do you want it to be?
People because fighting TERF, so people get into it. It's like people start baying for blood on Twitter. They're like when they see like a proper like fire or flame war, they're just like people get right into it at times.
Yeah, and I openly call it abuse as well. Like I don't say like I constantly tell them like, no, this isn't a fucking discussion. We're not having a discussion. I don't respect you as a person. This is abuse. Me abusing.
So we did our first episode in October of last year.
Yeah.
Wow, well done. Congratulations.
And we're on, and this is our 70th episode.
Oh,
so we're still in the phase of getting to know each other, finding our feet, right? But every week we seem to, get
stray further from the light of God.
Yeah. But
that's because I get more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
And like my
and it, yes, we do sometimes cover certain topics that we can't avoid, or but we want to start doing more interviews like this. Like our first interview was with Heather Patterson.
Oh, lovely.
Sorry, I was.
Yeah.
That was great.
Now we do, and we want to highlight voices.
Yeah. I mean,
people who work in the industry, or who are people like yourself who are facing fucked up discrimination, basically.
Because they're scared of me, because they actually see me as this threat, because I don't know, I'm so like caring and loving, and they're just like, oh God, no, it burns.
That's
Think I'm like Jesus or something. I don't know.
That's Graham using his Catholic upbringing
Yeah.
as a way to, banish you.
Can't he just do what other ex-Catholics did and, like, I don't know, become a fucking masochist or something?
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
God,
Which
I
is
don't want him in a dungeon.
which is rather ironic that he uses the church as his defense
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
know of the countless cases that have gone unnoticed and are still
And, like,
going
they wear
unnoticed.
dresses as well.
Yeah.
Also, he's like
The priest.
he's
Mm.
talking about like I don't know. He's describing like an act of sodomy with me online, and I'm like, that's not you would get a few slaps around the wrist for that if you were a child back in the
Yeah, well,
Catholic.
he's-
Oh yeah, and I also know that he has photos of children on his phone.
Oh, I told
Of
I
not,
told that to
Yeah,
people.
he keeps
and they're
posting
not
them.
and they're not his, and they're not of his kids either.
Yeah.
I'd be careful if I was him, but obviously
Whenever
not.
I-
He's fucking stupid.
On his sock puppets are everywhere. He's got so many sock
Oh yeah.
puppets.
I'm going to be a petty little cunt right now. I'm going to absolutely on because this is like me being at my pettiest. But like, whenever I imagine Glenna's kids, I just imagine like, do you know Brock Lesnar's daughter, which is just Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I imagine. Like, I imagine Glenna in a wig and like
Oh,
standing on his knees with his shoes like taped to his knees.
This
That's funny.
this will sound harsh, but all I just imagine
Uh.
is baby Shrek.
oh, well, that'd be kind of cute though. But there's just like I don't know. I just can't even imagine Glenner having kids at all. He's just so.
No, it's the thing before that I can't imagine
Imagine-
actually.
Yeah.
But imagine a scenario, right? Imagine this because this has happened. Imagine a scenario where, hypothetically, his daughter or his sons turned around and said, "I'm actually trans."
Oh gosh, why?
Imagine what you'd do.
Hi,
Oh, you
trans. I'm
can't-
divorced.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
just
you can't be trans. Like, what are you
Yeah.
being taught?
you go into double down. Yeah, you double down denying and the whole denial thing. You're like, they're not. And it'll be like
Yeah.
posting photos of them like in really gendered outfits from when they were younger and say, look, they were definitely this gender and stuff like that.
Yeah, the amount of photos is posted online of supposed kids, and I'm using
Yeah, and he says they're like women as well.
who's had top surgery, and it's like, no, like you're trying to push a narrative. Bear in mind, he spends 14 hours a day on Twitter.
Oh my gosh, he's never off to
Oh, yeah.
one.
No,
No, but he's lonely, and he decides to seek company there instead, which is like the worst place. Like the only reason I can do Twitter is because I'm not like I have a huge amount of people around me, and I like see like I would be. Oh. I lost my train of thought. Lauren, I don't hear you.
No, the train will come back. Oh, we've lost Torrin.
Yeah, I think so. I look like weirdly fucking. I had weirdly weird eyes in my shadow. Like, no, it looked like they were on separate levels. Lauren, I think that
No.
something might be up with your audio. Sorry, not your car. Audio. Sorry, I had like.
Still see you, Torrin, but we just can't hear you yet.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Glenner. Oh, Glenner.
Yeah.
Just
What's really. It's just such a. But like I said, like I had forgotten the count existed. Like before now, before I started the show, because I had like kind of seen it as a win when I made him fucking lose his mind over like a 17 account posted like a Hello Kitty meme. I think some.
I think I remember this too. Just
He said, "Could you could you all charge this for threats of violence?" And my whole point was, it wasn't a threat; it was a wish. I do think he should die. I was completely open about that, and that's kind of what I do. I own my
they're
shit.
all,
Like
they're
if I
always
do something that,
they're always talking about free speech, aren't they? It's always like, oh, we got to have the free speech. Free
oh
speech.
yeah,
Let's
thing is
do
that
that.
they are so fucking thin-skinned, and thing is, I'm not at all. Like I definitely am not. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to be actually. Like if you're sensitive, that's fine. Like if you, I don't think you should be on Twitter then. Like I actually don't. I think it would be bad for you, especially the way I use it. Because I've had
Which,
people like,
which is
uh,
it's an intense place. I mean, it's pretty much
oh
like
yeah,
pretty much a
and I
war zone.
love it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I thrive there. And like it takes like when someone starts following me, it kind of usually takes them a while to know that I love that shit. Like when I want them to say, I actually because they do these. Yeah, Torin, we have no idea. I'm sorry, really sorry. But we usually do this shit. They usually do. They use bad insults, and I say that like I don't care about these insults. These
Hmm.
don't hurt me. Use like something that hurts me instead. But they keep using the same ones, and
Yeah.
like what they don't get
They've
is
not
I
met.
want an actual. Yeah, but I want an actual match. I want an actual like. I want. I want to have to like. I have never like broken a sweat on Twitter because like sparring for idiots is what I do. I'm really, really, really good with words. And I have no fucking filter, which means that I will say the most vile shit to them because when they go low, I go lower. Always. I am more creatively evil than they are because they are boring evil.
Yeah, they're boring because of just no lives. So they're so like repressed,
I still
oppressed.
think the funniest thing I ever did was like, do you remember that a while back there was this um there was this girl who was like in an alternative dress up and like talking about how gays were wrong and she was Christian and stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I actually did a video response to her. It's like 2 minutes of me just saying that she has like, gay clothes, and it's most like Jesus Christ. Oh, it's somewhere on my Twitter feed, and it's
Oh, that's lovely.
genuinely and I did like I worked really fucking hard on it, and I looked like I made myself up to like smeared makeup and like I think I might have actually put like the powder under my nose just to make the whole thing. I know that I'm faking
Oh,
snorting cocaine throughout the entire video.
just
Uh, I have a weird aesthetic,
oh,
often VHS as well.
did he totally buy it as well? Did he totally get sucked into it?
Oh no, actually the video got like her video got deleted before she responded. That was too bad. But like the people who know me by that point, and I have like 80 followers, so they all know my shit, and they get kind of used to my shtick. Like
Oh,
uh, I have a very decadent and like it's my brand. My brand is um, cocaine and sex, essentially, and like that I smoke a lot of cigarettes. Like the fact that I'm a just hedonistic, chaotic demon is kind of my brand, and it becomes really funny when when terps try to use that against me, like, oh,
yeah.
you're a junkie, and like I I literally have like multiple tweets that are just I love cooking, and like it's not
Yeah.
you can't pay me about this one.
It's like
Um,
I know. You're like I know, and
yeah.
why wiping up?
I would argue that I'm not a junkie though, because I don't have a habit. I just do. But, I don't have a drug problem. I just do enough drugs that people think I have a problem. It's my usual go-to. But I'm actually really healthy. That was funny because when I had my stroke like a few years back, they don't know why because I shouldn't have because like I'm uh, unfairly healthy was what my doctor said. Unfairly healthy. I have the lungs of a marathon runner, and I smoke a pack a day.
That's a great description, isn't it? fairly healthy.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that's the Twitter update. It's like fairly healthy person over here.
And it's like I'm a medical marvel. Which I actually my takeaway from the stroke wasn't that I should like start living healthily, but rather that I am immortal. Which wasn't apparently the right thing to say at the hospital when I had it. I told my doctor that, like, but
Some
this,
have a sense of humor. Some of them don't. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, my doctor is really funny. She said I should quit smoking, and I said, you can pry my cigarettes from my cold, dead fucking hands. And she just looked at me and said, yeah, we might. Which is fucking brilliant. Like,
that's the best
like
reaction. I like the humor.
I'm absolutely, yeah, yeah, she's great. And, like, I have that sort of weird sense of humor as well.
Yeah. Have
Right
that
now, I'm just, sorry?
humor with your doctor. You got to have that kind of like almost like morbid humor as a doctor.
Yeah, it's like my psychologist who says that I'm so self-involved that he doesn't worry about me killing myself
Jeez.
because it would be a crime against nature for me to do it, which is true, by the way. Like, no matter how badly I felt, I have great anxiety for fear of death. Like, but not since I became immortal. Actually, I decided to trick myself to get over my fear of death. So I just started pretending I'm immortal, and eventually I believed it.
Yeah, psychiatrists have such an odd way of explaining things, don't they? They do have this
Yeah, no.
very they do have this very sort of like way with words. I like psychiatrists. They're
You want
fun.
to see if he wrote something? No, he didn't write anything there. Oh,
Is
I
he
don't know.
gone?
Yeah. I think he might log on again.
Oh, we're getting somewhere. Oh, hello, it's me. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, it's me, Sophie. Hi.
Jesus fucking Christ, what is going on? I have no clue. Oh,
Hi, lovelies. And
oh,
yeah, psychiatrists. Oh, geez.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
psychiatrists.
I ghosted him for a few months though, because like I was in a good place though, and like he knows that when I'm in a good place, I will do something that I find funny to mention that I'm not going to be around for the meetings for a bit because I don't need it right now. So I said that it seems like you're only with me for the money, and I'm going to not see you again until I feel like you actually care. And in a few weeks, I got an email that just said, "You're kind of proving why you need therapy."
Uh-huh.
So that was nice. He's funny. He's a funny person. But
you need that in his role, I suppose.
yeah, and like my boyfriend describes it that I have this pathological need to entertain myself no matter the cost.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there. Hello, Torin. You're back again.
What the fuck time is
Back
it?
to the.
Oh, it's 10.
Oh, sorry about that. My
Oh, not to
microphone.
worry.
No worries. I did what I always do and just blabbered on about myself.
We're blabbering on about psychiatry and all that stuff. All that nice stuff.
Oh yeah, the good old psychiatry.
Yeah, good old.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Absolutely do. I actually started seeing a new one because I had like a breakdown at work. Where I was just like, I'm going to fucking set this place on fire, which you shouldn't do with a school. I heard. I actually did that though when I was a kid. I set a school toilet on fire just to see what would happen.
Oh,
They didn't caught me though. They knew it was me, but they couldn't prove it. It was like this sort of like, you fuck. I always had a good contact with my teachers, which was weird because I like just set fire to things and did drugs. But I was always nice to them, and I wasn't annoying. But I got a lot of like, but you're bright. I'm like, yeah, but everything is boring, and I want to see shit burn. But then now I kind of just realized how fucking meaningless everything is, and I wanted to set fire to that school as well. So I started seeing a new shrink, which was really nice because we had our first meeting like Friday, and that was just, she didn't ask any questions. She just said, "Who are you?" basically, and then I had like 1.5 hours of talking.
Oh.
She said I had a weirdly consistent worldview and that I seem to have been thinking about a lot of shit. So that's nice. She also said I had a good sense of humor.
That's good. A consistent worldview. That's not heard that one before. That's a new one. Yeah.
I have it's to a fault because like I try to consistency is my main goal. I want to be so consistent that you can guess any opinion that I have based on one of them. So I have like this, for example, I have a belief in absolute autonomy, which means that I, by extension, would need to also be okay with, for example, cannibalism if it's consented with beforehand, and like necrophilia and stuff like that. Which is where I get into my real fucking weird discussions, because I need it to be consistent. So yeah,
Yeah.
and I kind of broken it down and made it sure.
It
Like
sounded,
I think you need to consent before you die. But
sounded like a good conversation, though, you had as well. It sounded cool. I like that. I like when they've got a good bit of humor, psychiatrists.
Yeah, it's very important for me because like humor is how I deal, and like I don't use humor to push things away either. I use humor to approach things. Like
Use the humor to attack.
yeah, and like to approach bad topics because in fact, if you can joke about something that is awful, you can also talk seriously about something that is awful, and that's like then you can actually speak about it. Like me and my boyfriend say the fucking worst shit to each other all the time because we are completely comfortable. And bullying, like that type of like love bullying, is actually a better love language according to me than compliments because compliments are you need compliments are impersonal. Oh, you're good at this. Yeah, thank you. But to use a good insult against someone you love, you need to first know them like perfectly well. You need to be very comfortable with them, and you need to be like, you need to do it specifically to that person. Like, it needs to be specified because you can't just do schoolyard bullying. Then it's not fun. Like, then it's just childish. I said this to my boyfriend once, and he started schoolyard bullying me. The fucking cunt.
Oh,
He started like putting his finger in his mouth and like in my ear, and I fucking weird because he realized that like then the ultimate achievement would be to just fucking annoy you, and he was right. It was the funniest shit he's ever done.
It's just like yeah, I get you. I get what you mean. Like to come up with like good insults about someone you care about takes a lot. You have to really
And
know
like
the.
if the joke hurts me, like if it hurts my feelings, but it's a funny joke, I still want it. Like that's the funny joke is more important to me than the pain because like the pain I can deal with. I need desperately because like if someone makes I love like comedy is a fucking art form that I take very very seriously. The only two things in life you can't joke about. Sorry.
Comedy is joy. Comedy is what.
Yeah, it is. And like
Fun.
the only two things in life that are too important to like laugh away is like comedy and love.
Yeah.
And I will go then.
Oh.
I'm a romantic.
Yeah, I vouch for that massively because amongst my friend group, it's highly important that we all have. We don't necessarily have to have the same sense of humor, but if we can have a bit of a josh, a bit of a good time, having a laugh, then that's what matters. That good conversations, being able to go to one another if we ever need someone to talk to. That's what's important. Everything else outside doesn't matter. It's what relationships you have is what counts.
No, that's very true. Very true. And you have to really work on these relationships too. And it's good. I like working on relationships. It's something I've kind of gotten to enjoy over the years, is building relationships with people. And this is where these like gender criticals, they don't seem to know how to do that. They don't seem to know how to talk to people and just have rapport and conversation with people. Their conversations together must be so awful.
Oh yeah, no, Jesus Christ!
I can just imagine Helen Joyce and Martha Forstater in a room.
Oh.
I literally can't, and I'm so happy I can't. It's just
It's just
I'm also like I have like what fuck now I forgot the name. I have face blind. I have facial blindness, which is like I don't know what I look like if I don't look directly at me, which is one of the reasons why I stare myself in the mirror all the time. But like,
good reason.
so that's really like that helps with like just sorting those fucking people out of my life.
Yeah.
I have friends who I didn't know this about myself until an ex mentioned that like people recognize each other, right? And I'm like, no, everyone's faking it. I'm like, no, they don't. And then I realized that I actually didn't. I can't imagine. I can't picture it. Like I have a face. I have a blank face. Like that was. I think I said that about the fucking Sasha. I keep wanting to say Sasha Grey, but it's not. It's Sasha White.
Right, yeah.
The one who interviewed Lynette. Yeah, yeah. Sasha Grey is my childhood idol. It's she has that face. She has the literal face of my facial blindness. Like that's the face. That's the face that I picture everyone with. And like just staring at her, like, yeah, I can recognize her. Fucking first time that happened.
Yeah.
No, it's actually the second time. There's another one who is such a unique face that I recognize it.
Yeah, that was the last episode that we did.
Oh yeah, when I just dropped in with fucking internalized transphobia 10 minutes in. From out of nowhere, I just say she looks trans, and I don't know what the fuck I mean by that. Like I look hot as shit. I look trans. What the fuck?
Yeah. Transphobia is it hits you sometimes. It hits me hard.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite episode. That's my favorite part of the fucking episode. That's the funniest shit that happens in it because it just floors me. And I do some funny shit in it, and you as well. You're funny.
Yeah.
I kind of need to say that I actually think that because whenever I do a highlight reel, it's just me. Because I'm a fucking raging narcissist. Like I feel bad. Sometimes I feel bad for you having to deal with like. I just come on here and I shout and I call people cunt and I like say shit that will make.
Brilliant! It's a relief. It's cathartic. I freaking love it.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
we have a good rapport.
It's so much more fun.
Sorry, we got to
half an hour. We got. Yeah, we watched about half an hour. Of that interview.
Yeah, which is like way more than I thought we got through. Actually, I rewatched it, and also I need to like. Hey, Max, keep the fucking mic still, you moron! If you're going to hold it. What the fuck? I was in such a chaotic mood that episode, and you can fucking see it. Like I from the first second, I'm just sitting there like a fucking. I'm also wearing like just a good outfit, but like everything from below the waist is because I was like shooting porn like before and after I did that, recorded that one. Because I do my own porn. Not actually as a release until now. I'm doing it if I don't have a Twitter account removed for a year, so September now, I will release a 2-hour extremely graphic homemade porn video. That is also made to like arouse and disturb. Like it's actively made to make you feel discomfort because I'm an artist, and that is how I win. That is how I dome the fucking public. I will fucking ruin their lives, and they will not be able to stop watching.
No, don't send it to Glenn. No,
no, he'll be watching it anyway.
He spends hours looking for the stuff.
I kind of don't want to send porn to people. Like I post my ass on my own account, and then I just post mean shit. I reread that shit I said today, and that was just fucking mean. It was about how this body was built of excess and like just pure shit, like cigarettes and cocaine, and like just not having no impulse control. And then I ended with "enjoy your fucking salad, you loser."
Yeah.
That's just mean. But it was a good pick. But yeah, but for a few years now, I got bored with porn because it wasn't good. So I started recording my own porn just for my own consumption a few years ago.
Hmm.
So that's all I've been consuming for the last few years, actually.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I have a few friends and fuck buddies and like partners who, well, and then I mean partners in crime, not partners in relationships. Like with, I
Yeah,
don't call them partners. I
it's
don't think.
good. Good having all kinds of relationships. It's good to have different people, in different ways. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
absolutely.
Oh, the terfs had a go at me for being polyamorous. That was the other one. The terfs
Yeah,
me for that. I was like,
I had to
come
go with my boyfriend for calling himself that, but that's another thing. That's just me. That's me being a dick about labels and shit. So I'm not monogamous, but
thing
like,
is that the terfs they are more obsessed with labeling than us. They always say that we're
oh
like
yeah.
yeah, but it's actually them that want to label everyone. They want to squish.
Oh yeah. I actively want to like remove labels. Like
Yeah.
I can't like define my sexuality as being a slut, and that's like the closest I came to it.
That's a good label.
Um,
That's a good non-label.
we have a great episode on that one.
No, it's like they want to label us. It's the other way around. It's like we just use
Oh yeah.
labels. We just want to describe things to them. It's like
Yeah.
it's for them to understand us, and they never do anyway.
No,
because they don't have brains. Like,
yeah. Graham just reminds me of. I had this one.
I got this is how you remind me on the brain now. Fuck.
Yeah, this was at primary school. We had this one head teacher. And this was back when I sound like a fucking 7-year-old man. This was back when the canes were still in use. Like the punishment where they use canes to whip you.
Proper punishment. Oh
Yeah.
no.
The good old days.
Yeah. And he just reminds me of one of those headmasters who thinks that, oh, I know what I'll do, what needs to be done. We just need to whip these boys into shape. So you put them right. Like, we're not in the 1800s, you know.
I know. He probably fantasizes about like putting me over his knee and hitting me a few times with a cane, and I bet that's what he thinks about it.
Considering he is from a grim fairy tale, I would say that 1800s is actually good that he's progressed until then. Like he's a fucking troll.
Yeah.
And now I don't mean like internet troll. I mean like an actual like live under the bridge troll. Like fucking hell.
I wonder what I'd say if I met him. Just be like, I don't even know what I'd say. It's just the thing. It just like he probably doesn't even talk much in real life. Like he's all mouthy online, but he's probably like really quiet in real life.
I wonder what.
Yeah, that's the exact thing there. Right,
just make sure to shout it so that he can hear it.
I know.
It's like, I mean, I remember one. I remember Killer J. Keane had a like.
Oh yeah.
One of the meetups in Germany, and this woman went up to the microphone and she started speaking about Hitler.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Saying how good Hitler was.
She did like the good lie, the big lie, and about that, and that's quoting directly from fucking Mein Kampf.
Yeah.
Like having actually read Mein Kampf, because I think it's good to read all the propaganda to know what propaganda looks like. Also, kind of because I was a teenager who was that kind of teenager who wanted to be able to say that I'd read Mein Kampf because I was fucking spiteful.
It's an edgy book.
Oh yeah, I was really like this is me trying to keep the edge but remove the edginess, and I think I've succeeded, kind of. Like, because hey, everything I've said in this fucking call, in this episode call, whatever, everything I've said on this recording has basically been able to be accused of being edgy as well.
Oh yes.
Don't think I come across as edgy, but I have an edge.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Whenever you don't fall in line with the status quo, whenever you don't fall in line with the heteronormative worldview, you are seen as different.
Yeah.
We don't want
anything that's different.
I took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
But I was actually worried. Like I told my, I was like when I was at my boyfriend this weekend, we were just walking home after being shopping, and I just said like, have I gotten too normal? Have I gotten too like not like normal in the sense like have I gotten less scattered and have I gotten like because I feel like I have greater focus. Like I do weird art shit because I find it funny, and I'm weirdly good at it. I have a good sense of aesthetics that is fucking brilliant, but and I'm humble, but like I was genuinely worried because like I've felt like the creative process had gotten more like streamlined, and I was scared that I was getting like more predictable and shit. And he just fucking laughed at me and said no. So that was good. So I'd like I'm clearly scared of being too normal. I don't know.
normal. It's like
shock is a part of my brand. Like
go to Marks and Spencer's, honestly, and that's like the baseline. Like if you feel at a place in Marks and Spencer's, you're still doing really, really well. Because that's the most horrible place ever. It's just horrible. Oh, or Waitrose, that's even worse.
I think I've been there.
Yeah, Waitrose. It's the most normal looking sort of middle class horror show, terfdom that you'll ever go in. It's just nightmare. Yeah, it's just like it's just terf paradise for them, not us.
Oh no, paradise for me would be way too cool to be legal.
Yeah, paradise to me would be total anarchy.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you there. I have this problem that I am fully an anarchist. Unfortunately, I have a sense of style, so I don't look like it. Because like, yeah, a lot of I'm completely with them on the ideas of anarchy. I'm not with them on the ideas of looking like absolute shit.
Oh,
like I'm not going to wear those but people don't want me at a fucking protest either way. I've said that before. Like people have tried to get me to a protest, and like but the second I get bored, I will start shit. Like I'm not a good because I have I'm id, like controlled by id completely sometimes, and it's like, oh, I want something to happen right now, which is a really, really good thing in a friend, really bad thing in a protest.
The terfs try and get a reaction out of your protests as well. They'll do anything to get you to react as well. They just shout, they just scream at you, and like especially if they recognize you from Twitter, they just go at you because they want you to react so they can film you and then go, oh, look at these angry trans folk reacting to us. And it's like, oh.
I've blocked over 2,000.
Wow.
And GBs.
I've blocked 0.
You just keep
which is
only
which is not like.
The only reason I block them is because they are really. I'll give them this. They're very persistent. I'll give them that. If that's the only good thing I'll say about them, then that'll be it. Other than that, they just constantly repeat themselves.
But they're persistent in the way of cockroaches, where like they'll be the only thing surviving a nuclear war.
Oh yeah.
or like herpes.
I don't. They're like what? Sometimes I think I'm speaking to like these. I don't know, like artificial intelligence. They don't even seem like humans at times. They're just like so
They're not.
devoid of personality, and they're just so
Oh,
cold.
oh yeah, that's like it's so fucking boring. Like my boyfriend tried to do like he doesn't quite get how I can get anything out of it because he thinks it's like shooting fish in a barrel what I do, and he thinks I need more stimulation, which might be true. But he tried to go into like discussions with them and just got so fucking infuriated, and I had to like, no, but the problem that you're having is that you're trying to think of this as an actual discussion. What you need to think of it is as target. It's target practice. Like I use Twitter to try to come up with the funniest insults I can, like shit, and like try to say the weirdest shit, and like that way it stays fun. Like as long as I can keep with the fun wordplay and stuff, yeah, I'll keep responding. And I have still not blocked a single real person, but that's a weird thing that I have, and I think that it's completely like reasonable to block, and people should block actually, because like, why do you waste your life on this? I do it because I'm fucking like them, but on the good side. Like
Sometimes it's like sometimes I'm like if there's too many of them spouting the same crap at you, it's like it gets so noisy. So that's when I start blocking because it gets so or muting because it just gets so much noise.
That's why I blocked so many because like you can put.
I had one. I had one who I just started calling dog, and like because I got so fucking bored, I actually took his profile picture and like wrote the property of Max over it, and then started referring to him as a dog, and like good doggo and stuff like that because he had admitted defeat earlier, and then he came crawling back like the little fucking coward he was, and he wanted to fight again, and I was like, no, but we're not having a discussion now. You're my dog. And then one of his friends came in, and he became my. I don't know why, but I told him to sit down and wait until after class to speak. And they kind of started to listen weirdly enough.
Yeah, they're weird. They're like they pretend not to be like they pretend to be like these sort of people that are really pious, but they're just as like sex crazed and kinky and that as the rest of us. But they just don't admit to it. They're all very reserved. And they don't let them.
Oh yeah, no, I can fucking outdom anyone. I have a good voice.
To me, in my opinion, they are more obsessed with sex. Like, I don't, like, I'm sorry, but I don't think about sex. Like, I've got better things to do.
I do constantly, and they still think more than I. Like, and like one of my trademark things is that I'm a massive fucking whore. Like this brand, like, and I'm still like less weird about sex than they are. And like I watched a solo porno of myself while having sex with my boyfriend this weekend, and I pretended that he was me. Like that's the fucking level of perversion that I'm dealing with here, and I feel sad now that I can never do that because I feel so jealous of him.
Oh,
and I'm still less weird than these fucking people.
Yeah. Oh yes, they don't come weirder than the gender critical. The gender critical are like, I'm like, where do those people even come from? This spawn out of nowhere.
Boyfriend actually said that like right after, like, Narcissus doesn't hold a candle to you. He was going to say I'm dating Narcissus, like, because I tweeted about this and he was going to quote it, and he was going to say like I dated Narcissus, and I'm like, that's transphobic. He's like, oh, okay, Narcissa, like, oh, so you're a fan of J.K. Rowling. And he just saw my response coming in, and then he realized that I might actually go into Shad mode again. Because last time it was because that shit started because he said that like he made an illusion that anyone he fucked was a dude. And I just like changed my entire changed my entire profile to the worst fucking misogynist bro ever, and became Shad Dabrowski, and just responded with, "What the fuck did you do to me?" And I also put like a male filter on my face, which he found really disturbing, and that was really funny. And I'm going to scare him with that picture sometime.
Out. See if you're like a trans woman and you start like acting all mask and stuff. That really freaks them out. That really gets them like.
I am like, I think they think I act mask because I am like, not that I look. I mean, like look at it like this, but I do have a cadence. I do have like, whenever they try to slut shame me, I just say that I slay mad puss, bruh. And like shit like that. So they tend to think I'm very bro-ish in that, but that's just me heckling them.
Yeah, one of them was like, oh, I bet you've got like.
And also, I do slay mad puss, bruh.
They were like, I bet you've got this rotten maggot pus riddled like little hole. That's what your vagina is, isn't it? It's a rotten hole.
No, but I wonder what he's fucked.
And then I was like, no, actually, I have a massive dick that's probably bigger than your partner's.
Yeah.
So that was my response, and then they were totally taken aback by that. They were like, whoa, that's like, wow. And it's like, because they're like, they just want to like shame our bodies. That's what they want to do. Like,
I always love like they love to shame our bodies, which is like, I have a great body. Like the tits are fake, but
glorious.
they're actually just for the outfit, because I wanted it to be as weird. They're just I'm not on HRT yet at all, which is really funny when they try to like, you're ruined by hormones. I'm like, one, no, and two, well, I haven't started it yet, but thank you.
Yeah,
thinking that
they just make up all these massive assumptions. It's like they don't think us as humans, trans people. They're just like, we're just like these caricatures to them. Yeah.
I had one who tried to shame my voice. Finally, that was the funniest fucking thing ever. Oh, you don't sound at all like a woman. You think I haven't done shit with this? This is how I sound. I don't what. I have a thing where I kind of like it when I find it funny enough when people have a reaction when I start speaking, which they do. I fucking did at our last episode, by the way. Genuinely had a like, oh god, pretty girl, and then I started talking, and I was like, what the fuck? I looked so fucking good in the last episode, like incredibly fucking good. But I find it that too funny to actually like bother with voice training, because I like the discrepancy, kinda, and this is why. This is one of those things where I choose comedy over pain.
Oh yes, it's always good. It's always a good choice.
Oh yeah. And I'm fully committed. Like, I've hated my voice for long enough to start not hating it.
Why do the terfs always seem to say, "Oh, you sound like Mrs. Doubtfire"? I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Scotland." I was like, "What do you expect?" Yeah, of course I sound Scottish. They're like really shocked that I sound Scottish, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're putting on that voice." I'm like, "No, it's my voice. I've had this since I was born." It's just,
oh my god, you're tall and blonde.
They get
I'm
these
from Sweden. Yeah, I'm tall and blonde.
You can't.
I have a tall and blonde ex-girlfriend who actually looks exactly like me. No, we look really similar. We look like siblings, which people used to point that out, that we look like siblings. I'm like, yeah, that's why we're. Because she looks like me and I'm hot. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it.
Yeah, they're just a crazy bunch, these GCs. I don't get them. I'll never will get them. I don't want to get them ever. They're just. I kind
of want the opposite of get them. Like,
just want to go. Just go. It's like, we don't need to assimilate into society. We're cool. We want more people to be like us, not like them. No, we don't want.
I desperately do not want more people to be like me. But like the trans part, yeah, of course. Like I couldn't fucking. Oh god, I once said like I wish everyone in the world functioned like me, like I do, and like everyone around me like, no, you fucking don't. Like one of you is great, but
That's what they said. No, it'd be hell if there was more than one of you, Sophie. One of you's fine, but not more. And I was like, yeah.
like me and my other selves would just like fucking kill each other. I think like we wouldn't be able to get along at all. Like I'm too.
Yeah.
Also, it would just be us. It was. I want to know who it would between me and me would like win the dom fight.
It'd be
It would just be
interesting.
punching.
It's fun to watch.
It's like the joke. Two doms fucking is just like punching, and two subs fucking is just like them staring each other in the eyes, asking for forgiveness.
Yeah, it's so true, so true. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
So,
I have no idea what the fucking time is.
yeah. So before we end, so if we circle back to obviously the abuse of
Oh
it.
yes, the constant.
Oh yeah, we got really off topic. Sorry about that one.
It's all right.
No, it's all been about the abuse. It's all been about the terfs and their weird and
Yeah.
wonderful fetishes. They the fetishes, not us.
Oh yeah.
No, we do. We just have the good fetishes. Sorry.
Yeah. So what is the next step?
Next step for me. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my profile locked for maybe the next like week, and then I'm gonna open it up, and then I'm just gonna give them hell, like absolute hell. And if the police won't like stop them doxing my friends and partners and me, I'm just gonna lay into it. I'm just gonna I've already put on my profile that I'm Glenner's what do they call it? Mistress. I'm Glenner's mistress. That's on my profile now. So I'm trying to just own it now rather than be ashamed of it, because that's the way we reclaim it. But yeah,
you'll notice it actually kind of makes it hurt less to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
and it becomes less fun for them.
Yeah, it's all a big game to them anyway, and I do hope that obviously at some point someone gets Glenner. Like I hope he does get his comeuppance, but then it's like
for legal reasons I cannot discuss exactly, but I have heard that there is a certain cat that is out to get him. Certain cat of the hello variety.
I
am so fucking bitter about that one. It was like the fucking guillotine wasn't functional. Like the string, she's holding a fucking rope that isn't even like it's not stretched. The fucking thing. If you cut it off, that thing wouldn't fall. It's not fuck.
He's not. He can't take it.
What was I going to do? And also, his head isn't going to fit in a normal guillotine.
No, no, not at all. No, I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop being an activist just because I'm going to go to the next protest, the Let Women Speak one down in Edinburgh. Well, I'm up in Aberdeen, so down in Edinburgh. I missed the Dundee one because I was just like so fed up. I was just I've had like a week of the same insults thrown at me like 100 times. I'm like, oh, I can't.
Boring.
Yeah, it was driving me demented. I thought I was going crazy. It was just like every time I looked on my screen, it was like, you're a paedophile, you shouldn't be near children. The next moment, you're a paedophile, you shouldn't be near children. And it's just like over and over and over again, more and more and more and more. And I was just like, oh, this is doing me in. And then it's just like, sometimes I need a break. I think all our activists and allies, we all need a little bit of a break at times, because these people can just be relentless.
And that's where I step in.
Yeah, and they get in our heads, and we get in their heads too, and we live rent free in their brains constantly.
I know that I do, because the one who there was this one who's like sexually harassed me and then like called me a pedophile until I ruined her life and she blocked me. She still fucking checks me up.
Oh.
I hadn't like her that fucking Ellie cunt.
Some of them never let go.
I think it's also a dude, but like they're all dudes.
So I'm going
it's
to go.
So funny to be called. Sorry.
I'm going to go protest, and I'm going to be shouting at them at the protests, and I'm not going to stop just because they're like harassing me.
Oh, fuck them.
I just got to keep going because that's what drives me to help the younger trans people. Because the more vulnerable trans people, because there's a lot of trans people out there that are they're just not as, like you were saying earlier, they've not got that thick skin. They get really vulnerable to like PC attacks, and that's the people I want to help. And like they can throw so much shit at me, but when they start hurting other younger trans people, I'm like, oh fuck that. I hate that. I hate when they do that. I hate when they go for like the younger ones and that. Although some of the younger ones are great. Some of them are like amazing. They've just got such.
It's like,
Yeah, they can. They still have hope.
Yeah.
Target.
They've got hope. They've still got their life ahead.
Yeah. They target people who they deem to be weak. Right? They think that, oh, we'll pick on them because they're weak. Oh, they look strange. They look weird. Right? We all look weird.
I know.
It's funny, but we all come out of the room looking weird.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, fuck. Oh, thank God. Oh, sorry, I need a smoke.
Oh.
I've been sitting on the floor because like my fucking charger couldn't. It wasn't long enough to reach the table. Where did I put my cigarettes?
Like, so yeah, they attack people who they deem to be weak, but in reality, you're not weak. It's just that with a constant power on, like you say, it's like it gets to a point where, I can't be asked.
It just gets to you after a while, like the constant avalanching of just the same mindless insults over and over again, and it's just that's the way. That's what gets to you. It's just this constant repetition, and I'm sure they do it deliberate. Like it's some kind of like
they do.
Yeah.
It's like
that's why my entire approach actually kind of works because it like does the same shit to them.
Like
it's like, the countless flipping LGBT alliance puppet I've had come at me, the amount of TERFs, GC, flipping Catholic LGBT protesters come at me. It's like our day off.
I know. Just get arrested. Glenner was harassing people like over the Christmas holidays. It's like never takes a day off ever.
Yeah, well, it's a family holiday. What is he going to do?
Just he's all alone in his bed sit.
Yeah,
I know, and he's just sitting there tweeting like crazy to just harass.
Gotta say though, considering my Christmas week, and I'm kind of fucking envious of that one. It's a fun way of just finding new ways of fucking with my head.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving up ever.
Yeah.
I won't back
down. That's good. That's good. Like
I've been through too much shit to stop and let them win. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
That's the thing. I mean, they can do all of the dogpiling they want. But at the end of the day, it's like it's doing them a disservice because what they're really doing is one, they're just pissing that person off even more, adding fuel to the fire.
The one thing that will actually,
which is what you're currently doing, obviously, of everything that's being said to you, and it's like, do you realize how much ammunition I have on you?
I know. And it's like people see all the crap that they fling as well, the shit that they fling, because they're doing it in public. They're like it's like taking their shit out and throwing it around the public. That's like literally what they're doing, and it's just like what?
Yeah, they're really bad because they don't get the law. Like they're really shit at laws, like in general. Like I don't even like laws, and I'm good at it. Like it's not hard. I will like I absolutely waste their time constantly. Like I get stuck in an argument for like days on end without like failure. That's kind of why I've been playing low because I don't have the fucking energy to stick around for that long anymore. But the one thing that will make it drop, and like this is my weird thing, like the one thing I hate more than anything is cowardice. And I'm not saying like cowardice in the sense of like, oh, I'm scared. Like I'm not standing up for your opinions. Not like I fucking hate spinelessness, and whenever they show spinelessness, I fuck off. That's where I drop them. That's the one thing that will make me drop them instantly after yelling at them and telling them how fucking pathetic they are.
They always call us weak as well. It's like, well, try walking a day in our shoes for goodness sake.
Yeah,
They're the weak ones. They've got all the power on their side, and we're just like trying to stand
I
our
don't
ground.
like the term weak really, but cowardice, I absolutely because they can't stick by it, and I hate people with like controversial because I have controversial fucking opinions. Like I said, fucking I talked about cannibalism earlier, but like it's if you have a controversial opinion, stick by it. Fucking have a spine, you fucking fuck. This I don't know, and they can never do that. They want to fucking paint it like they want to wash out their opinions and like.
Yeah, they always
if you're going to be a genocidal freak, be a genocidal freak at least.
Yeah, they always want to come out looking like the goodies. That's the thing. They always want to come up with the smelling of roses. They always want to be like we're the goodies. We're protecting everyone, and they're the horrible people. Yeah,
and they still want to. And they still want to do that shit to you, like, oh, so you're supposed to be the good guy. And it's the funniest fucking thing when they do that shit to me as well. What part of this made you think I was a good person? Like, fucking hell.
That always amazes me because, since we've been doing this podcast together,
I make sure to mention that. Yeah.
And, they obviously see those who watch us and listen to us. They can clearly see how you are, yet they still fail every time.
And like,
you're a good person, and it's like, hang on a minute. First of all, she never claimed to be a good person. So you just...
I actively claim the opposite. And like, not because I think I'm especially, like, in general, I'm a nice person. I am. Like, I'm a nice and decent person to normal people. But I absolutely have like a mode that I can get in where I am the worst person in the fucking world. I just happen to also have like good opinions while being that, because and like when I am in that place and they say like, oh, so you're supposed to be a good person, like, no, I'm not, I'm a shit person. Now keep to this fucking discussion. And then they still try to do that. Like when I said that the only way that J.K. Rowling could be improved was with a bullet, they were like, oh, but you will claim that you're a good person. No.
Yeah.
Because if I did, I wouldn't say that shit. That's the awful thing to say. And that was also because they're like, oh, you're threatened to murder. Like, no. Like, this is the easiest fight you can ever win, and you're failing it because you keep, like, pretending I say shit that I don't. Like, just the thing that I said is fucking awful. You can win this fight if you just focus on it, I promise you. But instead, they just fucking misinterpreted it. And they've lost. And they got me suspended twice, but like, fuck it, I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm immortal.
It's only Twitter.
Yeah, and like people, it's always funny when I come back from a suspension. Like, oh yeah, I figured you. Have you been off like a week now?
Into Twitter jail. Yes.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go to like
well,
bed.
I think we're on it there because we've been on for 2 hours and 40.
No, that was a great chat. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been grand.
If my microphone hadn't done a massive meltdown, I would have heard your conversation. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's been great having you on.
Oh, thank you. Lovely seeing you both.
Yeah. It's
You
been
would
great.
have our support.
Oh, thank you.
You know, if you ever need backing up, I'm sure Max will be right there. If you ever
Oh
need
yeah. I'm on it. Just hit me up. Conquered bread. I
Oh,
think is it conquered bread now?
Well, you have
Yeah.
two
I
accounts.
mean,
You have your backup one.
oh yeah,
You
breads and comms.
ah,
That one. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah,
I just rearranged the order of like the conquest of bread whenever I get deleted. But I never remember which one I have right now. So and like Torin writes it more often than I do.
oh, we
definitely follow each other on Twitter
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
if I were to grab you in the Twitter trenches, I know where to go.
Um,
It's what I call it, the Twitter trenches, because it's like
Yeah.
fucking full on warfare.
Yeah, just let me loose. The pits is my.
Yeah.
I just let me loose like a rabid dog. I'm fucking. Oh.
yeah. Yeah, there'll be plenty of times where I've sent Max stuff that he said to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been so fucking like I've been having a like mental shit lately,
Yeah.
so I've been kind of out of it, which is why my Twitter has also been like mostly my ass and weird jokes and like me fucking with my boyfriend in different ways. But I'm coming back to it now.
Yeah. Keep us in the loop as to what's going on. Obviously, when you go to the protest, obviously, you know, safety is paramount, obviously. But yeah, just keep us in the know. If you ever want to come on again to talk about something else, or talk about any new evidence or whatever, then you want to know.
Any more dirt from Glenner? Yes, Glenner dirt. Oh, he doesn't need dirt though. He's dirty already. He's just old. Yeah.
Fucking muppet.
Yeah, I mean, this week we're gonna watch the other half of his interview with Sasha Wright and get that done and dusted. But yeah,
I'm gonna try to keep away from my mean girl mode.
Yeah.
He just brings out the mean girl bully in me. I'm just such a fucking bitch.
Oh, he does. He brings out the worst in everyone, Glenner. He just gets under your skin. He just
with everyone else, I can like.
Yeah, I only have to look at his face.
Yeah, but like with everyone else, I can like keep it away from like, like just calling. It's just. I actually listened to. I listened to last episode, and it's so much of it is just me like muttering how ugly he is.
Yeah.
Like it's just fight. It's just like mean. And I kind of like that side of me. I like that I have like that. Just this is just a childish fucking vile person, and I like that.
Yeah.
About me. Because I look like this while doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would be it for that, because obviously he has to be up early in the morning for work. And I want to I've got other stuff to do before I hit the sack. So
have a lovely evening, both of you.
Same.
Time out of your day. And as always, do follow Max. Keep in touch. And until probably the next time you come on, we will say good night.
Good night. You both have a lovely time, a lovely evening. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.